Rich Rebel fans, welcome. We had a little hiccup as part of our our audio, but you are here joining me, Cody Olson, live as we get ready for the North Summit Braves. They will be coming up here to beautiful Randolph to take on the Rich Rebels. We want to welcome you out here as we are out in Randolph. Beautiful day. If you like kind of a gray, wet kind of atmosphere, it's going to be fun for football either way. As we welcome you into the broadcast booth, I am Cody Olson, and I cannot thank you enough for letting me just broadcast such an amazing experience to have Rich Rebel football here today on a Friday afternoon. Kickoff is scheduled for about 35 minutes from now. Until then, you are going to be part of our pregame show brought to you by Auto Farm Chevrolet in Evanston. Auto Farm Chevrolet has been serving Rich County residents for generations. We'll hear from them. And we'll set the scene for tonight's game. You're listening to a Bear Lake Community Health Center presentation of Rich High Rebel football on 98.3 with video coverage online at mylocalradio.com.
America keeps moving, and Auto Farm Chevrolet is here to help you keep rolling. Whether you need a brand new vehicle or service on one you already own, Auto Farm Chevrolet is here to lend a helping hand. Our certified mechanics are knowledgeable, and our sales team takes the time to get to know you and what your needs are. Stop in today, Auto Farm Chevrolet, 624 Front Street, Evanston. Evanston's community-driven dealer.
Rich Rebel fans, welcome again to Randolph, Utah. We're welcoming you now as part of the coverage of the North Summit Braves coming up here and taking on the Rich Rebels on the gridiron. We're going to get ready for the scene set today as the Rebels come back off of their bye week in hopes of using their break to get back to full strength and to take on the North Summit Braves here. If these teams would have been met in North Summit, they would have been the first game played on the newly named field in North Summit, Washakie Field, as that field was named last week. You'll hear a little bit more as to why that was as we get into our interview with Coach Jerry Holmes later on in the pregame coaches show. This is the first time these teams have met since the playoffs last year, and for the first time in 10 years, they will play against North Summit head coach Jerry Holmes. The Rich Rebels should be back to near full strength, and we should see Riley Carrillo, Justin Adams, Trey Walker back in action. Welcome to Spooky Month, the spooky month of October. The Rebels hope to get a win, carry them into a little bit of a momentum as they get ready for the state playoffs. Rich, 0-6 on the year coming off of the bye. As for the North Summit Braves, they welcome back their former coach, who has been the superintendent of North Summit School District for many, many years. They are currently 3-4 on the season with a region win over Monticello. Fun fact, the last time that Coach Jerry Holmes was the head coach of the North Summit Braves, I was 11 years old, as it's been a little bit of a minute since he's come back, a little hiatus for Coach Holmes, and he is ready to come back and get back into the gridiron and get back into football. Very impressive. You'll see a Braves team that runs the triple option that is incredibly speedy and really good at the misdirection. They're going to run, and they're going to run a little bit more. I just get ready for it. You got to be disciplined. Look out for the running back duo of Camden Mosier and Cale Hobson, who have combined for over 700 yards on the ground this rushing season. This team will occasionally pass, but not very often. But when they do, they're going to Riker Johnson, the tight end, who averages 22 yards per catch. That's kind of what it's been looking like here in Randolph. This has been the scene set brought to you by J-Bar Excavation in Randolph, the team, the tools, and the experience for your excavation projects. Call J-Bar Excavation at 435-793-5855. Again, J-Bar Excavation helps this scene set possible. We're going to take a break here on the Auto Farm pregame show. When we get back, we'll touch up with our coaches, part of our coaches interview as part of our pregame, as this has been a Bear Lake Community Health Center presentation of a Rich High Rebel football, volleyball tomorrow. Don't wait. It's going to be good tomorrow as well. On 98.3 with video coverage online at mylocalradio.com.
As high school sports fans, we know that sometimes you have to drive a long way to get to the next game. If you find yourself on the side of the road, remember that Freeway Tire in Evanston offers service calls and roadside assistance 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. It's a great idea to have your vehicle serviced, tires checked, and oil changed to make sure it's in top shape before your next long drive. Visit Freeway Tire today, your locally owned and operated tire shop. Freeway Tire, 217 Bear River Drive, Evanston.
You see on the screen here, we are not in Duchesne, we are rather in Rich County as part of our scene set. We're going to get ready for the Where Are They Now segment. The Mountain Valley Cattle Company out of Thatcher, Idaho make that segment possible, as Eddie and Todd Jensen always wishing the Rebels good luck in all that they do. I caught up with Robert Winder, a man that I had a connection with, as you'll hear in the broadcast how I have a connection with Mr. Winder. And it was great to catch up with him. We'll have a quick break here and then get into the Where Are They Now, as this has been a Bear Lake Community Health Center presentation of Rich Rebel football by Bear Lake Community Health Center on 98.3 and at mylocalradio.com.
Success doesn't come by accident. Success requires hard work, perseverance, learning, sacrifice, and believing in yourself. Eddie and Todd Jensen established the Mountain Valley Cattle Company in Thatcher, Idaho on these very principles. The students, staff, athletes, and coaches at Rich High School value these same fundamentals in education and activities, in athletics, and in life. Good luck, Rebels, from Mountain Valley Cattle Company, serving customers in Utah, Idaho, and Wyoming since 1997.
Rich Rebel fans, I am here welcoming Robert Winder as part of our Where Are They Now segment. Mr. Winder, thanks so much for your time.
You bet.
Robert, we have such a cool connection because you graduated from Rich High School, and your son James was a companion of mine when we both served in Finland for our LDS missions. And it amazes me how small the world is sometimes, right?
It is a very small world.
Me and James both served in Eastern Finland, and it was great. And now I am here with his dad, Robert Winder. Robert, thanks again for your time. And what year, I guess, did you graduate from Rich High School?
I graduated in 1988, a long time ago.
1988. Did, the motorcycles and the mullets and the techno colors make it out to Rich at that time, or?
The motorcycles definitely did. The mullets, there were a few. A lot of good music that came out of the 80s. So.
There you go. That's good. I think the mullets are making a little bit of a comeback now, which
that's not good.
It's depending on who you ask, I guess. It's a good thing or a bad thing. Robert, what kind of activities were you involved in at Rich High School?
I was involved with a little bit of everything. I played football a couple of years, and I played basketball a couple of years. I played basketball my freshman, junior, everything but my senior year. Freshman, sophomore, and junior year, but I did not play my senior year. I was an exchange student between my junior and senior year, and I lived in Denmark for the summer.
That is awesome. I'm very jealous. I wish I could go do that. Who were your coaches, if you remember them, for basketball and football?
For basketball and football, it was Coach Staples and Coach Dean. Those are the two that I remember.
Awesome. Robert, back in 1988 and when you graduated, what was the vibe? What was kind of the atmosphere like at Rich High School, with it being fairly decently new?
It was real interesting as we consolidated Northridge and Southridge. Just seeing things come together, and friendships being made that, for years people had been rivals, and then we became best friends. My best friend in high school was Harry Mills, and he was from Lake Town, and as we got to know each other, really created a lot of camaraderie. My senior year, we ended up, I believe we took third in state in basketball. And it was neat to watch my classmates.
Awesome. Mr. Winder, do you ever happen to go and visit back at Rich now?
I do. I visit my parents that still live up there. I haven't been to the high school itself for probably 10 years, but we visit quite a bit. So,
what is it about Randolph that makes it so special, in your opinion?
it's the best place in the world to be from, and I say that half joking. You have opportunities there in Randolph and Rich County that you don't have anywhere else in the world, and a lot of really good people have come out of that area and gone on and done a lot of great things.
Robert, you're one of those people that we want to highlight as part of our Where Are They Now segment. What was life like at post-graduation from Rich High School?
After I graduated, I went to BYU and served an LDS mission in Spain, in Barcelona, and got my degree from BYU in European Studies. And then I started working in audiovisual. At first I worked with my father-in-law. He had a small business. And I worked 25 years with him. And then I've come over to another company. We specialize in installing stadium sound systems, basketball, football arenas. It's nowhere that I thought I would be when I graduated, but I love what I do. We do a lot of council chambers and audiovisual equipment, and my job is to do the programming, make everything work and make it sound good, and I really enjoy that. And I've done it for a long time now and plan on doing it for the rest of my life.
Robert, what would you say has been your greatest or your happiest accomplishment post-graduation?
My family. My family is my everything. Been married over 30 years to my wonderful wife Amy and our 3 children. We have 2 boys and a girl. They're all off, married, going to school, and doing their own things. But I would say that is my greatest accomplishment, was marrying my wife and having wonderful children.
Perfect. Mr. Winder, how did you meet your wife at BYU, or did you know her previous?
I met her at BYU, very first day, very first class, and sat down next to a girl that was sitting next to her, and the one girl didn't want anything to do with me, and so Amy and I, we would chat through the class, and it was a fun class because the guy that taught it was about 90 years old, and all of the football players at BYU were in that class. We had Ty Dentmer in that class, and the professor, he just wanted to critique the previous week's football game, and my wife and I, we just wanted to chat, and so we just chatted through the whole class. So.
Well, that sounds probably like the best class ever.
it was a blast.
That's awesome. Mr. Winder, you have a fantastic... And where are you located now?
We're living in Magna on the west side of the Salt Lake Valley. We've been here since 1995, and we love it here. It has a small town feel, but I'm 15 minutes from downtown Salt Lake and have a short commute to work, and just love it here.
There you go. It sounds like it's the best of both worlds. Before we end, Robert Winder joining us here as part of the Where Are They Now segment. If you have any advice to a graduating senior getting ready to move on, what kind of inspiring wisdom would you bestow upon them?
Dream big, and then do everything you can to achieve your dreams. If you don't dream big, you'll never amount to what you could be. Mm-hmm. And one other thing, and I have to put in a plug, is be true to who you are. Be true to where you grew up. Be true to your family and your school, I guess, and to your religion, I guess. So that would be my advice.
Great sound advice from Robert Winder. We can't thank him enough for joining us for this segment.
Thank you.
We'll go ahead and step aside now on 98.3 The Wildlife. We're going to keep it here, actually, on 98.3 The Wildlife. That is a special segment brought to you by Mound Valley Cattle Company. We want to thank Eddie and Todd Jensen out of Thatcher, Idaho, wishing the Rebels good luck in all that they do. We're going to go ahead and hear from Coach Jerry Holmes after this quick break. You're listening to a Bear Lake Community Health Center presentation of Rich High Rebel football on 98.3 as well as on mylocalradio.com.
America keeps moving, and Auto Farm Chevrolet is here to help you keep rolling. Whether you need a brand new vehicle or service on one you already own, Auto Farm Chevrolet is here to lend a helping hand. Our certified mechanics are knowledgeable, and our sales team takes the time to get to know you and what your needs are. Stop in today, Auto Farm Chevrolet, 624 Front Street, Evanston. Evanston's community-driven dealer.
We welcome you back, Rich Rebel fans. We're going to go into the Coaches Show, brought to you by Bear Lake Memorial Hospital in Montpelier, the most caring hospital on earth. Of course, this segment, part of our Auto Farm Chevrolet pregame show, serving Ridge County residents for generations. Here's Coach Holmes, a man and a face and a name that quite a lot of people from Ridge County is going to know. Coach Holmes, take it away. Welcome, Rich Rebel fans, to the Coach's Corner here. We are joined now by Coach Jerry Holmes, a name that is familiar to a lot of Rich fans. Coach Holmes, we can't thank you enough for being part of our interview. How's it going today?
It's going great. Happy to be on your show.
Coach Holmes, I'm led to believe that you had quite a little bit of a hiatus, about 10 years away from football, and you've come back this year to coach North Summit. What is it like for you to come back after so many years?
Well, it's been fun. The process has been exciting, and I worried in the beginning if after 10 years I would have the energy to still do it, and I had the game pass me by. Those were questions I had, and it's been great to be back, and love the game and love the kids who play that game, and it's been real good for me.
Coach, what was the driving thought that brought you back to football?
Back when I was in college and trying to figure out what I wanted to do, coaching football was one of those driving forces, and I had great English teachers when I was in high school, and one of those happened to be my football and basketball coach, and it just I was inspired by them, and Coach Johnson, who lives in Rich County, was a big part of my life growing up, and that's just what I wanted to do, and so along the path of being a teacher and then a principal and now a superintendent, those weren't the driving forces when I began my career. I wanted to teach English and coach kids, and you do a lot of things for obvious reasons, one of those being money, and yet I never lost my passion for coaching, and my school board allowed me a few years ago to jump back into coaching, and I now coach the girls basketball and have done that for a few years. And then the football job came open, and our board president was gracious enough to initiate that and talk to other board members, and they were unanimous in their decision to allow me to come back and coach football. So awfully grateful to them for the opportunity, and just happy to be back in coaching this sport. Love basketball and I love football, and so I'm getting the best of both worlds.
Coach, I'm sure that North Summit is incredibly grateful for your help, and Rich High School is incredibly grateful for what you did to them and what you did for these football teams back in the 90s. Coach, you won some state championships here at 3. What made those teams so special?
Well, we just had tough kids, and they were so willing to learn, and they were coachable. They just did whatever they were asked, and it was just it was an era there where kids were hungry to succeed in that sport, and I was just fortunate enough to be out in front of them, leading them. But you just, no matter what kind of a coach you are, you have to have the horses in the race, and we certainly had good horses in the race during those days, and I have great fond memories of Rich High School and that community. They treated me so well, and the kids were respectful, and again, just it was a good match for them and for me for some reason, and we just had a lot of success there. And I obviously had a lot of good coaches that helped. It certainly wasn't just me. We had great people with the same desire that I had to help kids, and we just always felt like we got better as the season progressed, and it was because we had kids that were willing to sacrifice and do whatever it took.
Coach, you made amazing changes and a great impact here at Rich, and you're making some great changes as well at North Summit. Do you want to touch up on the naming of your football field that just so happened to be recently?
Well, yeah, it was an exciting night for us, and it's been several months that I formed a mascot committee because of the national trend of Native American mascots, and I knew even when I first got here that this community was rich in its history, and that history involved the indigenous people of this valley, and so in 2014 we had our 100-year celebration, and we did a presentation down on one of our pieces of property where our new high school will be someday, and reenacted the indigenous people. It was the Eastern Shoshone tribe, their presence here, along with Chief Washaki's help with the white settlers, and that initiated our real appreciation for our history and more specifically our mascot. And so as other schools have dropped their mascot to change for another, we decided we needed to dive into it and be proactive. And this committee, we were all committed to keep the mascot, but the committee worked real hard to find reasons and ways that we could honor our mascot and our heritage, and it just drew us to the tribe in central Wyoming, which is the same tribe that was here, and so we built relationships there, and along the way we've had to eliminate some of the things we do with our mascot. We don't dress up anymore as Braves. We've learned a lot about what the eagle feather means to this tribe, and so we're respecting that. We don't wear feathers. It's okay to have a feather in print, like on a T-shirt or even on our logo. We don't do the tomahawk chop anymore. We did that several years ago, and we got rid of that probably 3 or 4 years ago. So we've really tried to be respectful, and honestly, we revere our mascot and we revere these people. And so we invited them to our alumni assembly last Wednesday, and they brought a dancer, and he's actually one of the spokesmen for the tribe and has been involved in a lot of proactive things. And so he came, and his mother came, who is an elder in the Eastern Shoshone tribe, and all of these folks that came are actually ancestors of their great-great-grandchildren of Chief Washakie. And so through this process, we learned a lot about him and his great leadership. And so it just became a natural thing that in being proactive to keep our mascot and all that we learned about them, and especially their leader, it just was a natural fit to name our field Washakie Field. And the rest, I hope, will be history.
Coach, you have great tradition and great respect. Can you talk to me a little bit about the kids that you have that are leaders, that are proactive in moving this football team forward this season?
Well, three of our football players are on our student body officer team, so they were somewhat involved in helping us with this this mascot movement and naming our field. And so they've really gained an appreciation for what their school represents, and they've done a great job of sharing that with their teammates, and we've talked about it a lot at practice. It hasn't just been about football. It's been about talking about how lucky we are to have such great tradition and history, and we've tried to blend it in with the football season, and we have some awesome kids who have worked hard. This summer in the weight room, we averaged almost 45 kids a day in the weight room, and we lifted 4 days a week, and so our seniors were great leaders in that trend, and we've just seen it from the weight room now up onto the field. They work hard when we condition. They work hard in our offensive and defensive groups. We have 5 great captains who are true leaders of the team, and yet every one of our seniors has his place on that team as far as it pertains to leadership. So couldn't be more happy with this senior group. I'm just sad that I only get to coach them for a year. That's the only downside to having all this senior experience, but just a great group of kids.
Coach, we are so excited to welcome you on Friday. You and your football team, they're going to be coming up and throwing a little bit different offense at us in the triple option. Coach, is there anything else that you want to touch up on before we end here today?
Well, I appreciate the opportunity to talk to you, and again, I could never express my appreciation enough for the community that I was a part of over 20 years ago and how I was treated there, and I've just been lucky in my career to be there, and now to be here in another community that has embraced me and my family, and it's exciting, and yet it's a little bittersweet for me to go back and coach on that football field, because I still love both schools, and yet I'm a North Summit Brave now, and so we'll be there to try to win, and yet we'll try to do it with class and dignity.
Coach, we look forward to welcoming you on Friday. Thanks again.
All right, Cody, thanks.
That was Coach Jerry Holmes of the North Summit Braves. We'd like to thank Bear Lake Memorial Hospital for allowing us to put this segment on. The most caring hospital on earth has allowed us to get with one of the most heartfelt coaches I've had the opportunity to get a hold of with Coach Holmes. And I got to meet with Coach Grohl as well. Coach Grohl is incredibly excited to come back from the bye week. He wants to hit it hard, and he wants to have this game to be a new start and to help propel them into the latter half of Spooky Month here in October. And it's good to have these kids back from injury. And it's just good to be back on the football field as the sun has come out and we have a wonderful rainbow over the city of Randolph. Good omens all about. And I expect a very fun game today between two stellar programs. Thank you so much, as this has been part of the Auto Farm Chevrolet pregame show. We'd like to thank Town and Country Realty as well for letting us be on and cover this segment, Town and Country Realty. We're going to go ahead and move into the green scene today. As the green scene, we had overcast, and it was a little bit chilly today, but guess what? It's perfect for football. Overcast, and the sun has come out just a little bit, even though on my graphic we have pure clouds. A double rainbow, in fact. 4:15, get ready for some rain. Enjoy the double rainbow while you can. This is Cody Olson reporting here live from Randolph, Utah, getting ready for the North Summit Braves and the Rich Rebels to square off on the gridiron. As part of our green scene today comes from Pam Cornea with Town & Country Realty, selling Bear Lake in Utah and Idaho. Call Pam Cornea today at 435-779-0012. Perfect weather for some football. And what weather isn't perfect for football? Not a lot. We'll go ahead and take a quick second and take a step aside, as this has been a Bear Lake Community Health Center presentation of Rich Rebel football on 98.3 as well as on mylocalradio.com.
Success is no accident. It comes from constant hard work, perseverance, sacrifice, and learning from failure. Laketown Mayor Burdett Weston and council members Dallas Clark, Chris Hodges, Gary Ogilvie, and Delora White encourage the Rich High Rebels to continue to do whatever it takes to succeed in academics, activities, and athletics. The town council and citizens of Laketown celebrate the success of all the students and staff in the Rich School District.
Rich Rebel fans, as was previously stated, special thanks to the town of Laketown, Mayor Burdett Weston, council members Dallas Clark, Gary Ogilvie, Eldon Robinson, and Delora White, as well as Amber Drosbeck. We're going to go ahead and dip into our Laketown ledger. Last time these teams met was last year, 24-13 in the first round of the state playoffs. 2 turnovers by the Braves allowed the Rebels to stay in that game. Quite a few highlights, and very interesting, as that game was relatively close for the majority of the game. As we stated previously, the state tournament in 2020, and just some great stuff from the Rich Rebels. And hopefully they're going to be able to get some turnovers today as well, because they're going to be taking on the North Summit Braves, who are 22.5 points per game currently, as that was 5th last year in 2A. They're going to be returning 5 starters and running that triple option. As we have the coin toss here, the Rich Rebels have elected to receive the ball, and that means that North Summit, I believe, if they will get it into the second half. This has been the Laketown Ledger on the Auto Farm Chevrolet pregame show, serving Rich County residents for generations. Brought to you by the town of Laketown. Brought to you today on our Bear Lake Community Health Center presentation of Rich High Rebel football on 98.3 with video coverage online at mylocalradio.com.
Whether you're kicking up dust in the hills, making waves down on the lake, or taking advantage of the world's greatest powder, don't just hope to have fun. Take that sled by the handlebars and make your time at Bear Lake epic. Epic Recreation rents equipment and cabins for your vacation fun at beautiful Bear Lake. From watercraft large and small to UTVs, sleds, and more, Epic Recreation has it all to go on-road, off-road, or out on the Caribbean blue water. Book your adventure at epicrecreation.net.
At the Evanston Walmart, you'll find all the tools students need to succeed. Our team is committed to providing quality products and an excellent shopping experience. Stop in today. 125 North 2nd Street, Evanston. Walmart. Save money, live better.
Atlas Home Care and Hospice provides skilled nursing and physical therapy services in your home in Rich County. In-home service providers include Natalie Cornea, Kylie Argyle, Brady Stokes, and Bradley Holmes. Call Atlas Home Care and Hospice today.
They say the three most important things in life for many people are their faith, their family, and their high school sports. And not necessarily in that order. Advertise where you'll get noticed. Call My Local Radio and become a sports advertiser today. Welcome to the Epic Recreation Keys to the Game. Before we kick off today, we'd like to thank Epic Recreation. Make your next vacation epic with rentals in Bear Lake. Visit epicrecreation.net today. The keys to the game today. Okay, they're going to run the ball. North Summit is going to run the ball. I am not a psychic, and you don't really need to be one to know that they're going to run this ball. They're running the triple option today. If you can limit those big plays, I believe that Rich will be in a great position to be able to keep with North Summit today. It's just that those big plays are absolute killers. And if you can limit these guys, okay, 2-3 yards a play, totally fine. As new is always better. Number 2, now's the time. Let's get some any type of trick play that you got going on. It would be fantastic today, as it can spark any type of life for the Rich Rebels today. Run north and south, not east to west. That is your Epic Recreation keys to the game today. As we're going to go ahead and dip into the live action coverage. We're getting into our starting lineup, brought to you by Lutz Construction, Excavation and Landscape, premier commercial and residential excavation and landscaping. We dig Bear Lake at 435-946-8678. We'll touch up on our starting lineup as soon as the Rebels will receive this kickoff, which is brought to you by the town of Woodruff. Kickoff is good, and it will be fielded by Trey Walker at the 20-yard line. He'll cut back across the field towards the west side and get upended. He'll break a couple more tackles. The ball is slippery, and down he will go on the left hash at the 30-yard line. That is where the Rich Rebel offense will pick up on this opening drive here in the first quarter. This first quarter today is brought to you by the Crawford Trough in Randolph, the place to eat and drink. Here we go. Here comes the Rich Rebels out onto the gridiron. They are located at about the 32-yard line on the left hash, going from right to left on your radio dial. Hunter Pace under center with 2 wide receivers to his right and 2 running backs behind him. They will fake the dive and get a pitch out to Carrillo. Carrillo will get a good block out there, which is going to be a block in the back. Noah Perry is going to hit someone right in the back around the 35-yard line, and what was going to be about a 4-yard pickup for Carrillo. They're going to march back here. Indeed, we'll get the confirmation from our white hat. First down, it will stay. Maybe. That ball will be marched back down to about the 25-yard line. And so we get a retry, but this time the Rich Rebels have about a 6-yard disadvantage on their opening drive. We have about, we're just under 12 minutes in the first quarter, brought to you by the Crawford Trough. Now in the shotgun, Carrillo located out in the slot to his left. Pace will survey, get the ball and look to his right, scramble backwards, back he goes, and he'll decide to throw it out of bounds. Incomplete as he was getting pressure from up the middle. That's number 35, Sidney Richens, the junior, 6 foot. We have some laundry out onto the field as we might get a call for intentional grounding. I saw Riley Carrillo in the area, but we'll see if it's close enough. No, says our white hat, and we will get an intentional grounding call and a loss of downs. Loss of downs, and they're going to back him up just a little bit. So 2 back-to-back penalties on the opening drive for the Rich Rebels now lead them to a 2nd down and 33 yards. 2nd and 33 located at their own 15-yard line. Here comes Pace. He's under center at this moment. We'll get the whistle to go ahead. Pace will drop back to throw. He'll look out to his left and find his running back, Conk. Conk catches it out in the flat and runs over a couple Braves down to the 15-yard line. As I was at a wrong angle here, they were located nearer to the 10, and about a 6-yard pickup for the Rich Rebels. That's the first completion for Pace on the day. 1 for 1 so far. Good work as they were able to find the open man out onto the flat to the left. He dropped back about a 3-step drop and lofted it over the D end here, located on the right side here. They're located on the the left hash, going from right to left on your radio dial under center. Pace will drop back again, has time, he looks, he has a man open down the sideline to the left. He's going to find Carrillo, who the ball will fall in between his open hands around the 50-yard line. Could not have been more open, as that ball is super slippery and something that we wish that we could have back. That was a great throw and a great opportunity to pick up some much-needed yardage for the Rich Rebels. Instead, 4th down and about 25 coming up for the Rich Rebels. Hopefully we'll be able to go back to that play, as Riley Carrillo was wide open, located here on the near sideline, and that ball fell incomplete around the 50. Pace back to punt. His cleats located at the 5-yard line. He will get the ball, and it will boot off of his foot. Good punt high. It will be fielded around the 45-yard line of their own 45, and that is a return of about 3 yards by Tyler Herzl.
3 yards. He was stopped by number 3.
And that is the place where the North Summit offense will now take over in Rich territory around the 43-yard line. In between the hashes they will go, and now we will get a glimpse at the triple option that Coach Jerry Holmes has implemented as part of his the great return back to North Summit. They have 2 running backs behind him and a tight end out to the right. Here they go. They're going to do a dive right up to the middle, up the right side, and they're going to get about 2 yards on that play. Ball carrier there, Cale Hobson, who we talked about before. He's around 250 yards rushing on the year. Quite speedy he is. He plays running back, outside linebacker, and middle linebacker. The senior. 2nd down and 8 facing the North Summit Braves. Bunch in, 2 wide receivers out wide to the right with 2 running backs behind him. Quarterback Crimson Crittenden will get the ball and run into his own running back, as he'll eventually find his man, and they'll roll over a pile for about 2 yards. That's Camden Mosier. Camden Mosier, the left hook in the 1-2 punch of the North Summit Braves rushing attack. Okay, Jake Smith is out for the North Summit Braves, as we have a freshman in for North Summit currently at the moment. We're not 100% sure as to why that is. Number 11, Jake Smith. They're back under center again, 2 running backs behind him. They'll get the pitch out to the right. Around the end they go. Riley Carrillo will tackle the running back for about a 4-yard loss. Cale Hobson will get the pitch out to the right, and he has nowhere to go. And we are going to get a stop here from the Rich Rebel defense, 4th down and 10 at about the 42-yard line. Hopefully we'll get an update as to why we have Jake Smith, the freshman quarterback, in for North Summit, as we normally see Crimson Crittenden, the senior. Here they go, as they're going to line up in punt formation. Cale Hobson back to punt. He'll get the ball and boot it off of his foot down to about the 15-yard line. Trey will touch it, and they're going to have to get back on it. Good work and a heads-up play by Noah Perry as that ball fell out of the hands of Trey Walker, and the Rich Rebel offense will pick up at about the 10-yard line. Good stuff there as the Rich Rebel defense able to hold on the first offensive possession of the North Summit Braves. Did not give up any big plays. In fact, made big plays of their own by wrapping up Cale Hobson on a pitch out to the right for about a 4-yard loss to force a 4th and 10. Here comes Pace under center. He's going to get the defensive line to jump, and we're going to get some flags on the play. We'll get the official call. I didn't see anybody move on the offensive line, and they might have to have a little discussion about it, as there was movement, but I didn't see anything happening from the Rich side. False start, as my eyes apparently deceived me. Your Rich Rebels today in their black tops, blue bottoms, and white numerals. On the other side of the football, we have the North Summit Braves in their white tops, purple pants, and purple numerals. First down and 15 coming up for the Rich Rebels. Pace under center with 2 running backs behind him and 2 wideouts to the right. They're going to go ahead and fake the dive to Conk, and Pace will keep it himself for about a 3-yard gain. Possibly more, probably about a 4 or 5-yard gain, as the angle here from the booth is just a little bit far away. They're going to run out to the right and get down about to the 10-yard line. We're going to be looking at a 2nd down and 11 coming up. Good pickup there by Pace, as he decided to keep it for himself instead of doing the pitch out to his right. The ball is going to be located nearer to the right hash here at the 10-yard line. 90 yards separate the Rich Rebels from pay dirt here on their second offensive possession. Pace will be under center. He'll get pressure up the middle, but they're going to run right at him. Conk will break 1 tackle and then get bowled over after about a 6-yard gain. Great run by Conk, getting the handoff right up the middle.
Max Perry, the ball carrier.
Pardon, that was Max Perry? Max Perry is back. That's great to know. Max Perry in at running back, and he immediately makes an impact. I thought I saw Riker Conk. I saw the big 2 back there and a big firm frame, and I just assumed that it was Riker, but I guess Max is in. 3rd down and 4 coming up. They're going to pitch it out to Max. Max is going to go make one man miss and get wrapped up around the 19-yard line, and they are going after the football. They're going to mark him down at the 20-yard line. 4th and 1 coming up for the Rich Rebels. And a little bit of an interesting coaching. It's quite the choice here. Do you decide to keep it and trust your offense, who's been moving the ball, or do you punt it? And guess what? Coach Grohl is going to take a timeout here and think about it a little bit more, as we are about 6 minutes into the first quarter, leaving us about 6 minutes left here in the Crawford Trough first quarter, the place to eat and drink. Let's go ahead and take a quick second here, as this has been a Bear Lake Community Health Center presentation of Rich Rebel football on 98.3 with video coverage online at mylocalradio.com.
Sometimes you just start craving a really good, juicy burger. Add cheese, maybe some bacon, and all the fixins that make every bite even better than the bite before it. Add a side of hand-cut fries, onion rings, or crisp tater tots, and top it off with an amazing ice cream cone. Or maybe a raspberry shake. Just thinking about it makes me hungry. When your stomach is grumbling like an angry bear and your cravings call out, head right down to the Crawford Trough in Randolph. The place to eat and drink. Stop in today.
After decision by community, they have elected to punt the ball from their own 20-yard line. The more safe thing to do, as Pace will get it, and it will boot off of his foot. Field it at the 50-yard line. Here comes North Summit. They'll get wrapped up immediately. Great tackle by Riley Carrillo and Trey Walker. Dual tackle, and there'll be a return of about -1 yards. Great work by the duo, as we are tied 0-0 here in the first quarter with about 6 minutes left. Six minutes left in the first quarter. Face mask is going to be called, even though it was a great tackle, it's going to be called a face mask, and they're going to go ahead and move forward. The ball will be progressed all the way down to about the 37-yard line, and that is where North Summit will pick up. Under center, they're going to go ahead and fake the dive and end around they go. That comes the quarterback, Jake Smith. Jake is not going to go anywhere, though, only about a yard run. Riley Carrillo in on the tackle right there as he met the freshman right in the hole, and they're going to limit yardage there. You know, from a broadcaster standpoint, and as someone who's been covering the Rich Rebels for quite a while, I can see that this team has great energy. They're coming out here and they're flying around and they're moving the ball and stopping it, which is great to see as Smith will go up under center. Again, he's going to have a tight end to his right and two running backs behind him at about the 36-yard line. Smith is going to roll out to his left and pitch out there to Mosier. Mosier is going to take it up and around. Hobson actually down to about the 30-yard line. 30-yard line, that was Cale Hobson for about a 6-yard gain. Third down and 3 coming up for the North Summit Braves. Fake dive and the pitch out to the left is going to lead to some positive yardage off of the legs of Hobson. Great opportunity for your Rich Rebels to stop the North Summit offense again as we are facing a 3rd and 3 from the 30-yard line. From the Rich 30-yard line. Here they go as under center, and then Smith will run around and he will get stopped. He's going to pick up about 2 yards, but he's going to be stopped 1 yard short. 1 yard short, and that 1 yard is different than the 1 yard that was facing the Rich Rebels on 4th and 1 on the offensive possession for Rich, because we are located in Rich Rebel territory, too far for a field goal, and definitely too short for a punt. It wouldn't do anything, so they're going to go for it. Smith is going to be under center with two running backs behind him, located in between the hashes immediately. Snap and a dive to Hobson. Hobson's going to pick up the yardage needed, and he's going to get wrapped up around the 26-yard line. To the right he goes, and that'll move the chains for North Summit. 3.5 minutes now left in the first quarter. Brought to you by the Crawford Trough. Good read and great running by Cale Hobson as he's able to take the ball right to the right and end around he goes, gets past the initial line and gets drugged down by the linebacker core. Here comes another play under center, two running backs behind him. They're going to fake the dive. Actually, they'll give it to him. Faked me out, and here comes the running back from North Summit who will make a couple people miss. That's Mosier, who dances a little bit after an initial juke on the line of scrimmage, and he will dance into the end zone for a touchdown. North Summit will strike first here. 6 points given to the Braves. That is a 15-yard run for Mosier with about 3 minutes left in the first quarter. Here comes the PAT. PAT is high, too far. They're going to have to throw it into the end zone, and they're going to end up getting it. That PAT and that 2-point conversion good for the North Summit Braves. And that score after the second drive of North Summit will lead us to an 8-0 score on the Station on Main scoreboard. Let's go ahead and take a quick moment here and catch our breath as the Rich Rebels will get the kickoff, hoping to answer back as this has been a Bear Lake Community Health Center presentation of Rich Rebel football on 98.3 with coverage online at mylocalradio.com.
Success doesn't come by accident. Success requires hard work, perseverance, learning, sacrifice, and believing in yourself. Eddie and Todd Jensen established the Mound Valley Cattle Company in Thatcher, Idaho on these very principles. The students, staff, athletes, and coaches at Rich High School value these same fundamentals in education and activities, in athletics, and in life. Good luck, Rebels, from Mound Valley Cattle Company, serving customers in Utah, Idaho, and Wyoming since 1997.
Welcome back to the first quarter, brought to you by the Crawford Trough. Here comes the kickoff from North Summit to Rich. It's going to go high up in the air, not going to go very far. Someone's got to get on that ball, and it's going to go out of bounds, very close to being recovered by North Summit around the 25-yard line of Rich. Instead, that ball will go out of bounds, and the ball will be taken over at about the 25-yard line as per. If that ball went out of bounds, we're going to have to get an illegal procedure call, and that ball is going to be placed on the right hash at the 35-yard line. 65 yards is what separates the Rich Rebels from pay dirt and answering the North Summit score by Camden Mosier. Here's Pace under center. He's going to have 2 wide receivers out to his right and 2 running backs behind him. They're going to go with the run, and the run is going to work semi-decently as Riley Creel falls forward, initially wrapped up at the line of scrimmage, but he's going to go ahead and use some of his body weight, some of his strength, and go ahead and pick up a 4-yard gain. Good work, as you'd love to be able to pick up about 4 yards a pop on the run game. Here's 2nd down and 6 from the 39-yard line. Pace under center. They're going to go ahead and hand it off again. Here's Perry. Perry is going to go ahead and get tackled, but not after he picks up first down yardage. That is an LSR refrigerated first down for the Rich Rebels, something that we would love to see a little bit more. Darren, Tricia, and the entire Wallentine family wish the Rebels good luck. Good luck to the Rich Rebels, and they're marching down right now. What I would say is this ground is wet, and so is the ball, and that ball is flailing all about. Covered up with 2 hands under center. Pace will fake the dive, keep it himself, and lower his shoulder, move forward for about a gain of 2, and then get sandwiched about the 50-yard line by the North Summit defense. 2nd down and about 6 yards after a 4-yard pickup by Pace. Faking the dive and then rolling out to the left side near the home bench. They're located now at the 50-yard line. We have about 1:30 left in the first quarter as the Rich Rebels starting to drive the ball to the north end zone. Under center, 2 running backs behind him. They're going to have an end around there to Perry. Perry is going to make one man miss and then get sandwiched right at the 50. Get lucky to get back to the line of scrimmage as he is slipping all about with those cleats. The ground is wet and a little bit muddy.
3rd down and 5.
3rd down, and they're going to give him a yard, which I'm very surprised about, as I thought he barely made it to the line of scrimmage. Nonetheless, 3rd down and 5 coming up at the 48-yard line of North Summit. Your Rich Rebels driving from south to north. They're going to stay in the same formation, and Pace will be under center on the left hash. 2 running backs behind him. Hard count, and then a fake dive to Conk, and then a pitch out there to Carrillo. Carrillo will lower his shoulder out to the right, and he'll pick up half the distance needed in order to get first down yardage.
2 yards, so it'll be 4th down and 3 yards to go.
4th down and 3 facing the Rebels, and an interesting choice to, I guess, find out what kind of play you're wanting to run. They've had Carrillo open on multiple deep passes, but the run game has been working out semi-decently. What choice you go with here, I don't know, but we will see as it is 4th down and 3 to go. They're about at the 46-yard line. They're going to go ahead and let the time run out, as that will be the end of the first quarter, and they'll get a chance to think about it a little bit more and come up with a play call. 4th and 3 facing the Rebels as they're going to start the second quarter after this. We'll take a quick second and a break to catch our breath, see what the Rebels can do once we come back. This is the end of the first quarter, brought to you by the Crawford Trough in Randolph. Second quarter coming up after this. This has been a Bear Lake Community Health Center presentation of Rich Rebel football on 98.3 as well as on mylocalradio.com.
Whether it's for your home, your ranch, your equipment, or your business, when you need propane, count on the best. T7 Propane in Woodruff. The safe and professional team at T7 Propane offers quality product and the most responsive propane service in the area, so you can enjoy the affordability, reliability, and efficiency of propane. For heating, cooking, grilling, motor fuel, and more, count on the team at T7 for your personal or business propane needs. 435-793-4208.
Welcome back to the second quarter here. Brought to you by T7 Propane in Woodruff for all your propane needs. Called T7 Propane. In the shotgun, Carrillo is going to keep it himself and run up the hole. Great read. To the right he goes and down to the 40-yard line. Needed 3 yards. He picked up 5. And that was a great play call by the Rich Rebels and a first down for your Rich Rebels. That's an LSR refrigerated first down. And we're looking for more of those as the Rich Rebels looking to drive the ball a little bit more. First down and 10 from the Brave 40-yard line. Here they go under center. Pace with Conk behind him. They're going to drop back. 5-step drop. Look out to his left. They're going to have a wide open Carrillo. Carrillo will get that ball and reel it in. Catch it around the 25-yard line. Fantastic pitch and catch from Pace to Carrillo for a 15-yard pickup. Pace drops back, 5-step drop, and looked out to his left, goes across the field and finds his man Carrillo for about a 15-yard gain and another LSR refrigerated first down. No pressure on Pace as he was able to really survey the defense and get what he needed to. Here they go under center. This is an I formation with Carrillo dotting the I. Pace will get it, read, and get wrapped up for a loss. This time they sent pressure, and they were not going to have anything in terms of giving up yardage on the run. That's going to be a 1-yard loss on the read option there from Pace. He kept it himself and ran out to the right. They just flopped hashes, basically. It's going to be a 1.5-yard loss. Second down and 11 coming up for the Rich Rebels. Great energy here in the crowd tonight as we have many people here, both from North Summit as well as for Rich. Under center, Pace with 2 wide receivers to either side. Conk behind him. He's going to get the snap and roll out to his left and throw across his body. He'll find Carrillo. Carrillo will grab it at the 35 in the flat to the right, but then get drugged down. That's going to be a completed pass only for about 2 yards. And now the ball, 3rd down and 10. At the 26-yard line. 3rd down and 10. Big yardage needed for another LSR refrigerated first down. Pace has had pretty good time so far. Granted, you're in pretty deep to Brave territory. It's probably 4 down territory. In the shotgun, Pace will get the ball and survey to his right. It's going to be a screen to Trey Walker. Trey is going to have to break a couple tackles. He catches it and gets around the corner and gets grabbed around his neck, and they're going to be flags called on the play. Don't move the chains yet, chain gang, as we're going to see what the official call is. Trey Walker gets a screen pass underneath from the wide receiver position. And around he goes out to the left, and he'll get down all the way to about the 20-yard line. They're going to call a horse collar tackle on the play, and that will add some yardage. And the Rich Rebels get another LSR refrigerated first down and find themselves on the left hash at about the 10-yard line. Can the Rich Rebels punch this in? We will see, as they are in I formation with 2 wide receivers out to the right. 9 minutes left in the second quarter, brought to you by T7 Propane. Pace will get it himself, and he'll have quite a bit of room, but he'll fall forward. That's going to be a gain of about 4. Second down coming up at about 6 yards until the goal line. Clock will continue to tick as the Rich Rebels are down 8-0 here, but knocking on the door as the offense has been doing fantastic moving the ball. I would like to credit it to maybe the double rainbow, but I think it's probably just the kids working really hard. And we're going to get a timeout call, second of the first half, called by Coach Grohl. We'll go ahead and step aside ourselves, as this has been a Bear Lake Community Health Center presentation of Rich Rebel football on 98.3 with video coverage online at mylocalradio.com.
As high school sports fans, we know that sometimes you have to drive a long way to get to the next game. If you find yourself on the side of the road, remember that Freeway Tire in Evanston offers service calls and roadside assistance 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. It's a great idea to have your vehicle serviced, tires checked, and oil changed to make sure it's in top shape before your next long drive. Visit Freeway Tire today, your locally owned and operated tire shop. Freeway Tire, 217 Bear River Drive, Evanston.
Second quarter coming back to you live from Randolph. Your Rich Rebels on 12th. They're going to come up. This is going to be their 12th play of the drive. They have moved the entire length of the field, and they are knocking on the door. It is second down and 6 until pay dirt. Here comes Pace. He's going to be in I formation, and they're going to get a quick snap, handed off to Perry. Perry's going to run into the end zone, and that's going to be a touchdown for your Rich Rebels, and they will answer back. Great work by Perry. Gets the handoff, goes out to the left, follows his big boys, and goes into the end zone head first. Boy, you love to see it, as now with 8.5 minutes left in the second quarter, Rich will answer. And we're going to be, at the moment, pending the point after attempt, 6-8. Walker gets the down. It's going to be partially blocked, and that ball is going to be caught by the North Summit Braves. And that's going to be a no good on the point after attempt. We'll go ahead and keep it here as your Rich Rebels score on a 6-yard run by Perry. Perry able to get that one and hand off to the left, and up he goes for a touchdown. Good to have Max back after he suffered a little bit of an owie, as some people would like to call it, against Milford. But he's back, and the Rich Rebels back in action, down now 2 points. And we're going to keep it here. Great work. That was a 12-play drive by the Rich Rebels, and that was the entire length of the field. Very far. 65-yard, 12-play, 65-yard drive, and something you absolutely cannot help but smile at if you're a Rich Rebel fan. Here comes the kickoff. This is going to be a Town of Woodruff kickoff. Mayor Scott Saby, council members Raymond Franson, Kent Stewart, Millie Bradshaw, Seiko Webb, and clerk Lisa Bell sharing the Rich Rebel pride. Here comes the kickoff off of the foot of Pace. Up and up it goes. It's going to be dive at the 25-yard line and be picked up there. And the ball will be smashed, and the ball will come out. The ball will come out, and the ball will go to the Rich Rebels. The Rich Rebels will force the fumble on the kickoff return, and they're going to have the ball at the 25-yard line. What an amazing turn of events. The Rich Rebels able to force a fumble as that ball was going to be bobbled there. At the 26-yard line, they will pick it up. That's Walker Wolstenhume. Not normally one to have the ball in his hands, and the ball in the conditions super slippery. Ball comes out, and the Rich Rebels fall on it. Here comes the offense for Rich under center. Pace. I formation with 2 running backs behind him, 2 wide receivers out to the right on the right hash. Handoff up the middle to Carrillo. He's going to get sandwiched. 2-yard pickup for Carrillo. To the right he goes. He gets picked up by fellow teammate Max Perry. Second down and 8 coming up for the Rich Rebels. Located at the 26, now at the 24-yard line of the Braves. They're going to stay in I formation with Pace under center. They has Carrillo out on the wide side in the slot. Fake end around to Carrillo. Carrillo gets a block. He has to make one man miss. Had a lot more room, but he'll get upended. Upended at the 18-yard line. 3rd down and 2 coming up for the Rich Rebels. Ladies and gentlemen, if you are joining us here on 98.3 The Wildlife or on mylocalradio.com, your Rich Rebels moving the ball with great efficiency and with the help of a fumble on a kickoff return by the Braves. The Rebels are going to pick it up, and they're going to be working a little bit more into Braves territory. Here comes the Rebel offense in the I formation again. Pace under center. He's going to drop back and throw across the middle to Walker. Walker is going to go fall through his hands, incomplete at about the 5-yard line. If he's able to reel that one in, they're going to be downed at least to the 4-yard line, knocking on the door. But instead, 4th down and 2 coming down at the 18-yard line. Trey strutting out off the field saying, "My bad," as he touches his jersey, saying that I'm going to get this one again. And I think that we're going to see him get one of those. Now, with a chance to take the lead on the line, under center, Pace, 2 yards to go. Pace gets the ball. They're going to do quarterback sneak, and they're going to push him forward. He's going to get the yardage needed. And they're going to fall forward to about the 15-yard line. That's going to be an LSR refrigerated 1st down and a pickup by Hunter Pace. Great life being felt from the Rebel offense and the Rebel team in general as a new set of downs opens up the playbook for Coach Grohl. Located at the 15-yard line on the right hash, 15 yards until the goal line. They're going to stay in I formation. We're going to get pressure up the middle shown by the Braves. They're going to run and a pitch out to Max Perry. Perry's going to try and get the end around, and he's going to get wrapped up, and the ball perhaps came out. That's what they're going to say. But at least the Braves bench says so. But I didn't quite see it. 2nd down, as maybe we didn't have a good angle on it. I sure as heck didn't up here in the booth, but we're going to have 2nd down and 10. 2nd down and 10 coming up for the Rich Rebels, and they can consider themselves lucky if that ball did come out. Maybe it did, maybe it didn't. I'm not the referee on the field. Loss of one as Carrillo's in the shotgun with trips out to his right. He's going to end around, run behind Conk, and then cut up the middle, but then get drugged down. 1-yard gain, and back to the original line of scrimmage he goes. 3rd down and 10 coming up from the 15. We get some nice Pink Panther music out there. Very great pump-up music. Here we go. As after this play, we'll get an update from Richfield, where your Rich Lady Rebels are playing in a volleyball tournament. Pace is going to be under center with 2 wide receivers to either side, wide out, with Conk behind him. 3rd down and 10 from the 15. He's going to get it and hand it off to Conk. Conk is going to make a cut, and then back to the right he goes. He's going to pick up great yardage. 7-yard pickup for Conk as he makes one cut, reads the block off of the center to the defensive nose tackle, and then cuts to his right. 4th down and 3 coming up. 4th down and 3. And they're located at the 9-yard line. Here we go into the huddle. Cason Johnson runs in. Keep in mind that the Braves have all timeouts. There's about 4 minutes and 30 seconds left in the 2nd quarter. And the Braves have not touched the ball on offense the entirety of the 2nd quarter. Here's Carrillo under center, and we're going to get the 3rd and final timeout from Coach Grohl. That's a T7 Propane and Woodruff timeout. North Summit, we're going to beat. There we go. We're going to get an update. We're going to beat North Severe in volleyball, and then later on we will play Kanab as the Lady Rebels tonight in Richfield are 1-1 as they drop the first one against Emory, 3A powerhouse. Let's go ahead, take a quick break. This has been a Bear Lake Community Health Center presentation of Rich Rebel football on 98.3 as well as on mylocalradio.com.
Whether it's for your home, your ranch, your equipment, or your business, when you need propane, count on the best. T7 Propane in Woodruff. The safe and professional team at T7 Propane offers quality product and the most responsive propane service in the area, so you can enjoy the affordability, reliability, and efficiency of propane. For heating, cooking, grilling, motor fuel, and more, count on the team at T7 for your personal or business propane needs. 435-793-4208.
In action, Rich Rebel fans. 4th down and 3 coming up with Pace in the shotgun. He'll get the ball, roll out to his left. He has a man open. That's Trey Walker who's going to field it, make a cut, and up he goes to the goal line. To the goal line he goes, and that's going to be a touchdown on a bubble pass out to Trey Walker. The booth is shaking. We're excited, and that's a touchdown. A touchdown throw from Hunter Pace to Trey Walker. That's a 9-yard touchdown throw. Out to the left, Trey Walker will bubble out, and he'll make a man miss, and no one's going to stop him. 12-8. Trey Walker for the point attempt. Kick is down, ball is up. That is no. It's going to go out to the right. No good on the PAT attempt. Well, we have some laundry out on the flag, out on the field. It's funny how your tongue can get kind of twisted sometimes. We're going to see what the call is. And they're marching it closer. And they're going to throw the kicking tee off the field, which means that your Rich Rebels are going to go for a 2-point conversion. Personal foul will be called on the Braves. And they're going to have a chance. The Rich Rebels will have a chance for a 2-point conversion. In the eye. This is a lot of bodies on the line of scrimmage. I believe 7 people on the line of scrimmage. They're going to do a QB sneak, and Pace will get it. 2-point conversion is good, and your Rich Rebels will lead 14-8 with 4 minutes left in the second quarter. Brought to you by T7 Propane in Woodruff. For all your propane needs, call 435-793-4208. Wow. Rich Rebel fans, it is exciting here on the field at Rich High School. Great drive as they only needed to get 25 yards off of a fumbled kickoff return. The Braves have not seen the field on offense for the entirety of the second quarter, as well as the latter half, or at least the latter end of the first quarter. We're excited, and we'll dip now quickly into our Bear Lake Realty fan cam. Bear Lake Realty Fan Cam, your new home in Bear Lake, is one phone call away. Call 435-946-8888. Great fans have come out to support the North Summit Braves as well as the Rich Rebels. We welcome them as your Rich Rebels are up at the moment 14-8. One thing that we have really been seeing here is the Epic Recreation keys to the game. They have not given up big plays on defense. They've had some really good stuff on offense. There comes a little squib kick, and the ball will be free, but eventually North Summit will fall on it at the 30-yard line. If you remember earlier on in the year, Pace will kick that ball very similarly against Cokeville, and it will be recovered by Rich, but this time the Braves will hop on it, and they will start at the 30-yard line. Is that off the tee? It was spiraling like a throw. It's pretty impressive. 8-14 on the Station on Main scoreboard. 4 minutes left in the second quarter. Here we go as Smith under center with 2 running backs behind him. He runs around to the right, and Smith is going to get eaten up and just absolutely blown up for about a 4-yard loss by Riker Conk. Wow. Eli Brooks and Riker Conk tag team together and blow up the play. great energy by the Rich Rebels right now. Second down and 13 coming up for the Braves at the 27-yard line. Here they go as they're going to stay in the same formation. 2 running backs behind Smith. Wide splits by the offensive line. To the left he goes, and this time they're going to have a little bit of room. Stiff arm down to the 45. Another man miss. Ball comes out. No. To the 50-yard line. Hopeful wishing from my end. I thought that ball was going to pop out, and that's going to be a substantial pickup for the Braves. That's Camden Mosier. Camden Mosier gets the end around off of the fake. And then to the left he goes, and he's going to pick up quite a substantial amount of yards down to the 48-yard line of Rich. Here we go. Jake Smith under center. 2 running backs behind him. Same formation. He'll get the snap. Hand it off to the right. That's Hobson. Hobson falls forward for about a gain of 3. To the right he goes, and now the ball is situated perfectly in between the hashes at the 45-yard line. 3 minutes left in the second quarter. Can the Rich Rebel defense make a stop and keep the Braves out of the end zone to keep the lead at halftime? We will see. Keep in mind, the Rebels have no timeouts, and the Braves, I don't think, have used one. Same formation, split backs behind Smith under center. There they go. They're going to hand it off again to Hobson. Hobson's going to make a man miss, run out to his right and lower his shoulder for first down yardage. There they go. They're getting a little bit of momentum, and they're moving the ball. That ball will go and be located at the 36-yard line. First down and 10 on the right hash. Here they go. They're not wasting any time as Smith under center. They're not switching this formation. Here they go. Fake. End around. Almost. He's going to be grabbed there, and what a wonderful play. That is a stellar play by the Rich Rebels, being able to grab the quarterback as he was trying to run his offensive play end around. Great work, and a timeout called by the Braves to stop the clock with about 2:18 left. Let's go ahead and take a quick second and a breather, as this has been a Bear Lake Community Health Center presentation of Rich Rebel football on 98.3 with video coverage online at mylocalradio.com.
Time flies, especially when you're having fun. This is Jeremy Rex, manager at T-Bar S in Evanston. It's hard to believe that we've been here almost a year with our new management team and staff. Did you know that you can have your vehicle detailed, your windshield replaced, chip repair done, or get your trailer refinished or rewired at T-Bar S? Of course, we are a full-service collision repair shop, too. You can even change your oil and your brakes. Visit T-Bar S today. Let T-Bar fix your car. 515 County Road, Evanston.
Welcome back, Rich Rebel fans, as Buckwheat able to make a stellar play for about a 4-yard loss under center. This time 2 wide receivers out to the left. Here comes Smith. He's going to pass, and he's going to get drugged down for a huge loss. Riley Carrillo coming in off of the edge. He's going to find Smith and tackle him at the 50-yard line. You can't help but get absolutely stoked about that play. Carrillo came end around on the right side like a missile. Came in, wrapped up quarterback Smith for North Summit and dropped him for about probably about an 11-yard loss. 10-yard loss? Third down and very long for the Braves. They're not meant to get this kind of yardage, and I say that, and they're going to get the ball end around. He's going to stay in bounds. This is Mosier. Mosier making another man miss down at the 20-yard line to the 10. It's finally tackled at the 5-yard line of the Rich Rebels. That's a 45-yard run by Mosier. Mosier uses his speed like Coach Grohl talked about, and he gets down to the 6-yard line. That's where they're going to mark him. 1:20 left in the second quarter. The Braves knocking on the door. Smith under center, 2 running backs behind him. He's going to get the ball, and it's going to hand it off to Hobson. Hobson is going to fall forward and get down to about the 4-yard line, maybe to the 5. And the Braves will take their final timeout. No, their second timeout. 2nd down and 5 until pay dirt for the Braves. This is part of our timeout. And we're faced with an interesting situation as the Braves had 3rd down and very, very long. Almost, I want to say 18, a 3rd and 18. They're going to hand off to Mosier on an end-around sweep to the left, and he uses his speed and just bolts down to the sideline and then cuts back into the middle of the field down to about the 6-yard line. And that was exactly what the Braves needed to get some points going and everything going the Braves' way at this moment on offense. This is a test for the Rich Rebel defense. If they can hold the Braves out of the end zone, it would be a huge win for the Rich Rebel defense. This is Cody Olson, voice of the Rich High Rebels. Thank you for joining me on 98.3 The Wildlife as the Braves come back out onto the field. They have an offset wing now and quite a few people on the line of scrimmage to the right. Smith is going to hand it off to the middle, and that is Hobson. Hobson is going to get down to the 1. With 1 minute left, can the Rich Rebels hold on a 3rd and 1? They're substituting people in and out for the Braves, and they're deciding to huddle up. Here they go. I can't imagine that you have to be too cute with this play call. Here's Smith under center, 2 running backs behind him. He's going to get the snap and fall forward, and he will go into the end zone for a touchdown. 1-yard quarterback sneak by Smith. That's going to get points for North Summit as they answer back. And a back-and-forth battle as it is 14-14. Tied with 30 seconds left in the 2nd quarter, brought to you by T7 Propane in Woodruff. Chavez will get the PAT attempt. Ball is skipping off of the turf and is going to get pulled, and the ball, it will go no good as the holder tried to corral the bad snap. It's going to skip off the ground, and that's going to mess up the rhythm of Chavez. And we're going to be tied 14-14 here with 30 seconds left before halftime. Here in beautiful Randolph, to the east, the clouds have parted just a little bit. You can see blue skies, but I don't believe that that's going to really lead to great weather unless we see something else. There's clouds everywhere. Very cold, a little bit colder today, but you couldn't tell because this Rich Rebel team is flying around, and they are currently tied with the Braves 14-14 with 30 seconds separating them before halftime. This is Cody Olson joining you via the airwaves as well as online as the Rich Rebels are going to get a kickoff. The Rebels are going to get a kick return attempt with 30 seconds left before halftime. Chavez tees up the ball and is getting ready, puts the hand up, and here we go. Good kick, up and up it goes. It's going to be fall through the hands of Trey Walker, and it's going to be called for a touchback.
We have a touchback.
Touchback will be called, and that will kill about 4 seconds on the clock. 26 seconds. I don't know if there's a whole lot that you can do. If I were the Rich Rebels, I think you'd be really happy where you're at right now. Let's see if Coach Grohl elects to take one shot down the field or if they just take a knee into halftime and play the game as if it were 0-0. Here we are. Rebels walk to the line of scrimmage, 1st down and 10 from the 20-yard line. They're in I formation, 2 running backs behind Pace. Pace is just going to hand it off to Carrillo, and Carrillo will fall forward back to the line of scrimmage. I get nervous up here because that ball is all over the place, and it's really scary to see. No gain, and 2nd down and 10, and the Rich Rebels say that's enough. We're good to go, and they're going to go into halftime tied. We welcome you if you're joining us. This has been a great game so far by the Braves and the Rich Rebels trading blows as this is the end of the second quarter. We're going to go into the halftime show. After this quick break, we'll go ahead and dive into some diagnostics. We'll dive into some highlights, and we'll go ahead and touch up on what the Rebels can do to come out with a win against the Braves today. Let's go ahead and take a quick moment and a breather, and we'll dip back into the Ellingford Brothers halftime show. Until then, this has been a Bear Lake Community Health Center presentation of Rich Rebel Football on 98.3 as well as on mylocalradio.com.
Time flies, especially when you're having fun. This is Jeremy Rex, manager at T-Bar S in Evanston. It's hard to believe that we've been here almost a year with our new management team and staff. Did you know that you can have your vehicle detailed, your windshield replaced, chip repair done, or get your trailer refinished or rewired at T-Bar S? Of course, we are a full-service collision repair shop, too. You can even change your oil and your brakes. Visit T-Bar S today. Let T-Bar fix your car. 515 County Road, Evanston.
In the state where life is elevated, live your life in a higher gear. Cash Honda Yamaha can help you enjoy our beautiful local terrain, whether it's in the valleys, mountains, snow, or water. So get out and enjoy all nature has to offer at a higher speed. Visit Cash Honda Yamaha in Cache Valley to start living your life at your new speed. Visit us in Hyde Park, just north of Logan, Utah.
Nothing makes your kid feel like a superstar more than seeing his or her very own Fathead in the stands. Fathead car decals and yard signs are inexpensive and easy to get at Rocky Mountain Sign in Evanston. Whether it's for the big game or to cheer on the high school band, our children make us proud in so many ways. Show your pride today. Go Rebels! West Star Printing and Rocky Mountain Sign, 243 7th Street, Evanston.
They say the three most important things in life for many people are their faith, their family, and their high school sports. And not necessarily in that order. Advertise where you'll get noticed. Call My Local Radio and become a sports advertiser today. Welcome back, Rich Rebel fans. And this halftime show is going to be brought to you by Ellingford Brothers. Ellingford Brothers out of Evanston for all your sand, gravel, cement, and steel needs. Ellingford Brothers serving customers for 5 generations. Let's give a brief recap of the first half. Rich is going to get the ball first and go 3 and out with a loss and then a 15-yard punt. And then North Summit takes over. Loss of 15 yards. North Summit's going to get the ball to start out, and they're going to go 3 and out. No gain, and then punts. Rich is going to get it and go out again 10 yards. So they're going to trade a couple 3 and outs to start off. North Summit's going to strike first as a face mask penalty is going to keep them alive, and that's going to be a 23-yard touchdown run by Mosier. Mosier really having some great work done today as he has been stellar. Mosier today has 4 carries for 89 yards. That's quite a bit as North Summit has a 110 yards rushing. After that touchdown, Rich is going to get the ball and going to end the quarter, and then they're going to have a 12-play, 65-yard drive capped off by a Max Perry 6-yard run for a touchdown. That ball then goes into the end zone. No good on the point-after attempt. It's going to be 6-8 with 8:30 left. Then North Summit fumbles the kickoff, and Rich recovers it at the 26-yard line. Rich, 8-play drive of 26 yards, 9-yard touchdown pass for Trey Walker. Touchdown as well as a good 2-point attempt for the Rich Rebels as they're going to be up 14-8. Leaving 4 minutes left in the second quarter, North Summit will go 10 plays, 70 yards with a 1-yard run by quarterback Smith for a touchdown. And that is where we end the first half. It's going to be 14-14. Rich, fantastic on offense so far, and that's a little bit of a recap. We'll get into some more stats later on in the halftime show. Until then, the score is 14-14 if you're joining us on the Station on Main scoreboard. We'll come back on the Ellingford Brothers halftime show with a standout student interview brought to you by Western Ag Credit. Until then, this has been a Bear Lake Community Health Center presentation of Rich Rebel football on 98.3 The Wildlife, as well as on mylocalradio.com.
At Ellingford Brothers, we're known for an excellent steel shop and quality cement. We also provide other products all year round. Sand and different sizes of gravel for road base and landscaping in the summer and fall. Traction in the winter and mud control in the spring. Bark for landscaping in the summer and winterization in the fall. And topsoil. Spring, summer, and fall. Prices are always honest. Pickup or delivery. Ellingford Brothers, your year-round source for so many things. Stop in today at 221 County Road in Evanston.
When it comes to farming and ranching, it makes good sense to work with a lender who understands finance and agriculture. Western Ag Credit is an independent cooperative owned by the farmers and ranchers who borrow from it. With competitive rates, your loan is tailored to match your business needs. Real estate, livestock, equipment, and operating expenses. When it comes to farming and ranching financing, Western Ag Credit in Evanston is your partner in agriculture.
Welcome back, Rich Rebel fans, to the Ellingford Brothers halftime show. Today on our Standout Student segment, we're going to be talking with Chloe Negus. Chloe, rocking golf, as well as helping out around the school. She is super awesome, and we were able to meet with her as part of our outstanding student interview. This segment of our halftime show is brought to you by Western Ag Credit, your partner in agriculture, a lender who understands finance and agriculture. 848 Front Street in Evanston. Here's Chloe. Rich Rebel fans, I'm here rolling out the red carpet for Chloe Negus as part of our interview for Outstanding Student, as well as just touching base here at Rich. Chloe, how the heck are you?
I'm doing pretty good. You know, it's almost the end of the day. Get ready to go home, so I'm doing well.
Monday hasn't knocked you out too bad, right?
No, not today. Not today.
Okay, Monday. I'm pulling you out of class. What's a normal routine on Monday look like for Chloe Negus?
So Mondays and Tuesdays, I alternate my college class schedules. So I have a couple of classes out in concurrent in the morning, and then I just have a couple of classes with Lex Cornea down in here during the afternoon. So
you're everywhere. You're doing college. You're doing with Lex. Is it art that you're in right now?
Yeah, so I have art and language arts. Those are my only regular high school classes, and then the rest of my time is spent out in concurrent working on college stuff. So,
what inspired you to work so hard at your concurrent enrollment right now in high school?
I just think, I have pretty big dreams, and I want to go to a good school in college and get a good career, and so I figured that concurrent is a really great way to get a little jump start into the college experience and to help me, reach my goals and stuff.
I have no doubt that you're going to reach those goals. What exactly do you want to go into?
I'm really thinking either criminal justice or criminology. I've thought about law school, and both of those majors are a super good way to jumpstart into that career if I did decide I wanted to go into that. So, and that stuff just really fascinates me. So, yeah, that's what I really want to go into.
Where did the initial inspiration for criminal justice come from?
I don't know. This is going to sound really weird, but serial killer podcasts really get me. And then I watch a ton of Criminal Minds, so all that stuff is just super fascinating to me. And I know it's not like the movies and TV, but I don't know, there's something about it that just gets me going. So,
you're not alone. There's lots of people that are into. Is it the solving the problems? Is it the narrative? Is it the mystery? What is?
I think what's really cool to me is just the mind of the person who's committing these crimes. Is just why are they doing that? And that's why, criminology really focuses on the psychology behind criminals. And so that's really fascinating to me, just why would someone do this,
Psychology is super interesting. Chloe, you talked to me a little bit about golf. Okay, what's golf looking like? What's the team looking like this year?
So my freshman year, I played on the golf team. Freshmen don't go to state, so I didn't really get to experience that. And then sophomore year, COVID hit us during the spring, so we didn't get to do that either. And then my junior year, I actually got into a pretty bad car accident and broke my back, so I couldn't participate last year either. So I'm just really excited to get on the team and participate at state for my senior year because we've taken state 2 years in a row. So I'm really excited to be a part of that again because I've missed it.
There you go. It sounds really exciting. This is Chloe's last dance for golf. Who's inspired you or who's been a mentor for you in the golfing department?
I think Cody Lundgren really pushed me to try out for the golf team and to be a part of a team because I managed basketball for him during the winter, and he's like kind of like a second dad to me. Him and my dad are really good friends, and yeah, he's just really pushed me to try out for a golf team and to get involved with that. So
you also touched up on the performance, the acting, the drama. Tell me how you got into drama.
So, I don't know, just middle school, I took a drama class from Mr. Woods. I fell in love with it. Then I did musicals all through my middle school career and then tried out my junior year, and I absolutely loved it. I love the chance to perform on stage and to be someone else for a night, and it's just super fun.
Is there classes that you can take now to get prepared, or is this an after-school activity?
So the musical class takes place second trimester, and all the cast members are supposed to be enrolled in that class, and then we work on that for the whole trimester, and then we have a few after-school practices once we get a little bit closer to the performance. So,
do you find that theater acting is on a different level than movie star status?
I think it's a little bit different. I think the acting is more the same, but obviously they throw in singing, which is different than TV shows and stuff, and it can be a little challenging, but I love the challenge of it, and it's way fun.
We look forward to seeing you in the production for golf. This is your last year, Chloe. What do you hope to accomplish your last year at Rich High School?
I've put a lot of effort into my grades for my whole high school career. I've maintained my 4.0 GPA. I scored really high on my ACT, and I just want to, show other kids that you don't have to be super involved in sports and you don't have to be the varsity athlete to be successful, and that your grades are just as important as anything else. And if you really try, you can get anywhere you want to. And I just want underclassmen, and I tell my brother that all the time. I just want underclassmen to know that you can make an impact in the school. So
Chloe, you have a very impactful personality, and we are so glad that you're here at Rich High School. Is there any departing wisdom you want to benefit or give to everybody once we leave this interview?
Let's see.
I know I put you right on the spot.
I don't know, just re-emphasizing what I just said. You don't have to be, the most popular kid in school or the best at sports or whatever, but, you can find what you're meant to be at Rich High School, and you'll find a place for yourself, and, just keep looking till you find it.
Chloe, thank you so much for your time.
Yeah, thank you.
Chloe Negus, we'll go ahead and step aside. Chloe was wonderful to give us the time and the opportunity to meet with her, as she was able to touch up on what she loves to do here at Rich High School. And it was just great to see someone having so much fun their senior year. We'll catch her for golf, and we'll catch her for lots of other stuff, as she is a superstar in school. And now we'll go ahead and dip into our last ad before the end of the halftime show, brought to you by Ellingford Brothers. This has been Bear Lake Community Health Center presentation of RHS football on mylocalradio.com.
In 4-H, we believe young people have the power and influence to improve the world around us. With hands-on learning and education programs, 4-H members pledge their head to clearer thinking, their heart to greater loyalty, their hands to larger service, and their health to better living. To learn more about 4-H in Rich County, stop by our office in the county building in Randolph or give us a call at 435-793-2435. 4-H, empowering young people with the skills to lead for a lifetime.
Proudly serving the people of Randolph and Hiram, Utah since 1997. Dr. Sean Grohl with Comprehensive Family Dental offers dentistry for patients of all ages. Great care, positive environment, and fair prices. Call for an appointment today.
Welcome back, Rich Rebel fans. About 2 minutes left before the end of the Ellingford Brothers halftime show. Let's go ahead and thank Rich County Government, Rebels with a Champion Cause, for helping us out with that interview and touching up on a few highlights. Our highlights are going to go to Max Perry for his 6-yard touchdown run off of a 12-play, 65-yard drive by the Rich Rebels, and then by the help of a turnover on a kickoff return, we then have a 9-yard touchdown reception by Trey Walker, thrown by quarterback Hunter Pace. That has been some of our highlights, brought to you by Rich County Government. This concludes our halftime show today, as the stats at the end of the first half: North Summit with 110 yards in total. Mosier for 4 carries for 89 yards. He has the majority of the offense. for North Summit. Rich with 106 yards. Pace is 4 for 7 for 31 yards and a touchdown. Riley Carrillo, 9 carries for 25 yards. Perry Cookin, 6 carries for 25 yards. And Conk, 2 for 13. Let's go ahead as this brings us to the end of the Ellingford Brothers halftime show in Evanston. Ellingford Brothers, the best in specialized services, including steel fabrication, gravel, road-based cement, and more. We'll take our final timeout as the Town of Woodruff kickoff is slated for about 2.5 minutes from now. We'd like to thank you for joining us here on 98.3 FM KADQ, as well as on mylocalradio.com. It's going to be a fantastic second half. We will see if the Rich Rebels can pull out a win here against the Braves as they are tied 14-14 as the start of the second half is about 2 minutes away. Until then, we'll take a break. Stay tuned on mylocalradio.com.
This presentation on mylocalradio.com is also brought to you in part by Hoover Chiropractic. With over 3 decades of experience, Dr. Todd Hoover can help you with all the chiropractic work you need, plus x-rays, blood work, a weight loss program, and can help you get rid of allergies and migraines. Dr. Todd Hoover with Hoover Chiropractic in Evanston.
As high school sports fans, we know that sometimes you have to drive a long way to get to the next game. If you find yourself on the side of the road, remember that Freeway Tire in Evanston offers service calls and roadside assistance 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. It's a great idea to have your vehicle serviced, tires checked, and oil changed to make sure it's in top shape before your next long drive. Visit Freeway Tire today, your locally owned and operated tire shop. Freeway Tire, 217 Bear River Drive, Evanston.
Evanston Regional Hospital is an affiliate of the University of Utah Health. Our partnership builds on a long tradition of collaboration between Evanston Regional Hospital and University of Utah Health. Inside these doors, our dedicated staff is committed to being your caring partner in your healthcare journey. Whether you need an MRI or surgery, are expecting a new baby, or you're having a heart attack, Evanston Regional Hospital is here to help. Evanston Regional Hospital. Healing begins here.
America keeps moving, and Auto Farm Chevrolet is here to help you keep rolling. Whether you need a brand new vehicle or service on one you already own, Auto Farm Chevrolet is here to lend a helping hand. Our certified mechanics are knowledgeable, and our sales team takes the time to get to know you and what your needs are. Stop in today, Auto Farm Chevrolet, 624 Front Street, Evanston. Evanston's community-driven dealer.
Welcome back, Rich Rebel fans, as the kickoff will go past number 7 of Rich of North Summit, and he's going to get wrapped up at the 10-yard line. Perfect for 90 yards they need to drive in order to get to the end zone. We welcome you back as this is the town. That kickoff was brought to you by the Town of Woodruff. Mayor Scott Saby, council members Raymond Franson, Ken Stewart, Millie Bradshaw, Seiko Webb, and clerk Lisa Bell sharing Rich Rebel pride. Third quarter today is brought to you by the Town of Randolph, home of the Rich Rebels. Good luck from Mayor Lynn Weston, board members Sim Bell, Brian Wires, Larry Kennedy, Melanie Lamb, and clerk Lana Peart. Here we go, the Rich Rebels. We're going to put you back into this live action here. The Rich Rebels tied with the Braves, 14-14. The Braves located at the 10-yard line, first down and 10. Smith under center. He's going to go ahead and hand off to the right. Mosier is going to go ahead and get a couple yards. That's going to be about 4. Second down and 6 coming up after a dive given straight to Mosier.
4 yards, it'll be second down and 6.
Keys to the game as your Rich Rebels trying to limit Mosier. Mosier is accountable for 90% of the offensive production for North Summit today. My brain is all scrambled eggs. For North Summit today, if they can stop and slow down Mosier, they have a great chance of really getting some yards. Here's a second down and 6 for the Braves. Smith is going to roll out to the left. He's going to be speedy quick, and he's going to get wrapped up. Maybe getting 1 yard on the play, maybe back to the line of scrimmage. Third down and 6 coming up. That's Riley Carrillo able to track him down. 3rd down and 6 coming from the right hash on the 14-yard line. We welcome you if you're joining us over the airwaves on 98.3 or on mylocalradio.com. This is Cody Olson, voice of the Rich Rebels. I'm going to try and lead you through this second half, and hopefully our Rich Rebels able to come out on top. I see Buckwheat lined out on the defensive end position on the left. Here they are, Smith under center. 2 running backs behind him. He's going to hand off immediately. The ball's going to be taken by Hobson. Hobson is going to get first down yardage about a little bit past the sticks. Good run by Hobson, and that will move the chains for the Braves. First down and 10 from the 24-yard line. 10 minutes and 15 seconds into left in the 3rd quarter. Here they go after the initial conversion of downs and a first down by the Braves. Here they come again, staying in a very bunch set. Everybody seems to be on the line of scrimmage or directly behind them. Here they go, Smith under center. He'll get the ball and hand off immediately up the middle. That's Hobson. Hobson will be spun around and thrown forward for a 6-yard gain, rather an 8-yard gain. Here we go. We're going to have a penalty marker located by the line judge. And we're going to have a sideline warning issued on North Summit.
We have a sideline warning.
So that's going to be a warning. They're not going to elicit any type of penalty in terms of yardage. But if another one comes, then we're going to have a different discussion. 15 seconds ticking off. We're now at 9:45. 9 3/4 left in the second quarter here. 2nd down and 2 coming up for the Braves. Under center, Smith. Large splits for the lineman. It seemed like that was quite a delayed snap, and here is Mosier. That's Buckwheat wrapping up Mosier after he gets about 1 yard. You know, they're motioning to move the sticks, but he's nowhere near first down yardage. Why are you trying to move them if you're nowhere near first down yard? Well, it seems like they're going to go ahead and give him a first down even though they're a yard behind the marker. That was interesting. Okay, first down and 10 coming up for the Braves at the 33-yard line. Here we go. First down and 10 coming up for the Braves. 2 running backs behind Smith. He's going to go ahead. Snap. Handoff immediately to Hobson. Hobson will get wrapped up by Trey Walker. He's stoked. Great play by Walker, wrapping up Hobson right at the line of scrimmage. No gain, and 2nd down and 10 from the 33-yard line will remain. We're located on the right hash. 8.5 minutes left. They're going to sub out. In comes Shoop for the Rebels. Here we go. 8.5 minutes here. 14-14 in the 3rd quarter, brought to you by the town of Randolph. Here they go. Smith will be under center. He's going to have a tight end and then a slot receiver out to the right with a slot back. They're going to jump. Nobody's going to move on the North Summit side, and we're going to get an encroachment call on the Rebels. As they got into the neutral zone, they're going to move the ball forward about 5 yards, making it 2nd down and 5. That ball will move forward to the 38-yard line, and now the Braves have a little bit of breathing room. 2nd down and 5 coming up on the right hash. Watching the ball is key. They're going to get the snap and an end around they go. Smith is going to get wrapped up by Pace, Walker, and Carrillo for no yardage on the play. 3rd down and 5 coming up for the Braves. Smith took the direct snap and just sprinted out to his right towards the Rich Rebel sideline, and he'll get wrapped up, nowhere to go. Here they go as a big 3rd and 5 coming up now for the Rich Rebels. You want to get the ball back to the offense. The offense has been moving the ball consistently, but so has the offense for North Summit. Here they go. not deviating from their formation. 2 wide receivers to either side, 2 running backs behind Smith. Smith will get the ball and pitch out there to Mosier. Mosier's going to get the end around, and he's going to get the first down yardage down to the 45-yard line. That is how speed can really kill you in a game of football. If you get that out to a speedy running back out to the left, which they did, he got the end and the corner, and up he turned, and that's a first down for the Braves. They're going to be close to the 46-yard line, almost to midfield. They're still in their own territory, but they have first down and 4 downs to work with in terms of gaining some yards. Here's Smith under center again. Gets the snap. Hands off there to Hobson. Hobson is going to go and get upended after running into the linebacker core of a run of about 9 yards. Second down and 1.5 yards for the Braves coming up. Good run there by Hobson, as the Braves are marching down the field and eating up a lot of time. We're at 6 minutes left in the third quarter. Here they go. Here's Smith again under center. He'll get the snap and hand off immediately there to Mosier. Mosier will bounce off of the linebacker core out to the left and get down to about the 40-yard line. That's going to be first down yardage for the Braves. They are marching. Here they go. Located at the 41. They are now in Rich Rebel territory. We're getting some cheers from the Rebel crowd. They're wanting a stop here. First down now for the Braves. 2 running backs behind and a slot back. He's going to get tackled. The running back almost gets eaten in the backfield, and Trey Walker is going to wrap up the quarterback as soon as he hands the ball off. Nonetheless, the ball will get handed off, and that will be a progression of about 2 yards. Second down and 8 at the 29-yard line. 38-yard line. Apologies, 38-yard line. Here we go. Can the Rich Rebels make a stop? They've been trying very desperately, and they've had the Braves in a position to make a third down stop, but they've just been able to get the yardage needed on some serious plays. Here comes Smith, 2 running backs behind him, 2 wide receivers out to the right. He's going to pass. This is going to be the first attempted pass in the game. He's going to step up into the pocket and run. Down to the 30-yard line he goes, down the sideline. Down the sideline he goes, cuts back across. That's going to be a eventual tackle down at the 10-yard line, but we're going to have a flag out on the play. I assume that it might be a block in the back. I saw Hunter Pace kind of fly after getting some pressure on his backside, and they're going to be moving the chains back. At least that's what the white hat is motioning right now. That's going to be what was going to be about a 30-yard pickup off of a scramble from Smith. Here they go. They're going to move the ball. We're waiting for the call from our official. I assume it's going to be a block in the back call. That's what at least I thought I saw, but we have a council of referees at the 20-yard line. We'll get our official call right here. Block in the back on the North Summit Braves. They're going to march it. Unsportsmanlike conduct will be called on the Rich Rebels. And they're going to go ahead and march off yards. Here we go, unsportsmanlike on the Rebels. So they marched the ball backwards from the block in the back position and then marched it forwards, and the ball will be situated at the 20-yard line. The ball at the 20, and that's going to be first down and 10 from the 20. 4 minutes and 30 seconds left. Yes, 4 minutes and 30 seconds left here in the third quarter. The Braves have eaten up the majority of the third quarter on a long drive. This is going to be their 13th play of the drive, and you can't ask a defense to be out there for terribly long, especially defending against the triple option. Here they go. Smith will be under center with a plethora of people out to his left. The Rebels are going to jump again. Encroachment will be called on the Rebels. They'll move them forward. The Braves are using the aggression of the Rebels a little bit to their advantage. First down and 5 coming up. They'll move them up to the 15. The Rebel offense has not seen the field this entire second half as the Braves are moving under center. Smith will hand off immediately to Hobson. Hobson will cut across back to the left after initially going to the right, and he's going to get brought down at the 6-yard line. First down and goal coming up from the 7-yard line. 3.5 minutes left in the third quarter, brought to you by the town of Randolph. Smith under center. They're staying in the same formation with an offset slot receiver out to the left. They're going to go ahead, and Smith will keep it himself and run forward. He'll gain about 1. Ball will be now at the 5-yard line. As this is the 15th play. The 15th play of this drive, they have moved the ball from their own 10-yard line. This is an 85-yard drive. 15 play, 85-yard drive. Smith under center. There they go. They're going to go ahead and hand off to Hobson. Hobson will lower his shoulder. Into the end zone he goes, and that is a touchdown for the Braves. Off of a kind of a stretching dive run by Hobson. 20-14 will be your reading. Here we go. 3 minutes left in the third quarter. It's going to be 20-14. The Braves take a lead here in the third quarter, and they're going to go for a 2-point conversion. Smith under center. He's going to drop back, pitch out to his left to Mosier. Mosier's going to try and get the corner. He's going to fall forward at the goal line, and he will be in for the 2-point conversion. 14-22 your reading, as that was a 15 play, 90-yard drive by the Braves. A real killer as the offense really steps up for the Braves. Let's go ahead and take a step aside. This has been a Bear Lake Community Health Center presentation of Rich Rebel football on KADQ 98.3 as well as on mylocalradio.com.
Randolph, Utah is a town of extremes. At an elevation of almost 6,300 feet and with temperatures over 90 in the summer and often 40 below in the winter, the folks who call Randolph home have to be a hardy crew. Maybe that's one reason the simple things in life mean so much to Rich County. Residents value hard work, education, respect, a love for God, family, and country, and being a good neighbor. Mayor Lynn Weston and the town board proudly support the Rich Rebels and hope you'll be able to visit soon and come back often.
Mosier for 8 carries, 108 yards, and we welcome you back now to the third quarter. 2 minutes and 47 seconds left. Here comes the kickoff from the Braves. It's going to be a little squib kick down the middle. It's going to be picked up by the Rebels at the 40-yard line. Muirbrook is going to pick that ball up as that thing was skipping across the ground, and he'll fall forward, and the Rebels will get a pretty good field position at about the 40-yard line. 2:45 left in the third quarter. Can the Rich Rebel offense respond to the offensive production of the Braves? They will trot out onto the field. First down and 10 from their own 40-yard line. Pace under center, eye back. Here they go. They're going to hand it off immediately to Carrillo. Carrillo will get a good hole, and it will fall forward. That's going to be a 4-yard pickup. Maybe 5 yards, actually. 5-yard pickup by Carrillo. Second down and 5 coming up as he ran right up the gut. Fell forward. 2.5 minutes left in the third quarter. What a fantastic game so far if you're just joining us. your Rich Rebels trying to answer the call and score points of their own after the North Summit Braves go 90 yards on 15 plays and go up in the second half. They'll hand off this time to Conk. Conk will not find as much success as Carrillo did. He'll pick up about a yard right up the middle. 3rd down and 4 coming up for the Rich Rebels. They need to get to midfield, and they're located currently right at the 46-yard line, their own 46-yard line. 3rd down coming up. Comes Nate Woods. Nate comes in with the play. He'll tell the offense. As the clock will continue to tick down, we're at about 1:30. No need to panic as this is the 3rd quarter. Pace. Under center, he'll get the snap and hand off to Carrillo. Carrillo will move the pile, and then the ball will be located right at midfield. 1st down run for Carrillo. That's 5 yards.
1st and 10 Rebels.
Here they go. There we go. 1st down and 10 coming up for the Rich Rebels. Here they go. Clock will continue to roll as we get the...
It's okay, they only had 9 yards in their drive.
Here we go. 1st down and 10 from the midfield mark. I formation, 2 wide receivers out to the left. Reading the dive. Here they go. Pace will keep it himself. Lowers his head, and he'll go forward for about 5 yards. Great hard-nosed football and a great read by Pace as he's able to read the dive by Conk, run out to his left, and get about 5 yards on the quarterback keeper. 40 seconds separate us from the end of the 3rd quarter. The Rich Rebels want to answer off of a touchdown by North Summit. They're down currently 14-22. Here gets a little pressure up the middle, and Perry is going to bounce off a couple defenders and get 1 yard. That's going to be 3rd and 4 coming up for the Rich Rebels, located at the 44-yard line. That's going to go ahead and take us to the end of the 3rd quarter, and that will give time for the Rebels to come up with an offensive play call that they like. This is almost mirroring the exact play call that they had, the exact sequence of events that happened before. Let's go ahead, take a quick break. This has been Rich Rebel Football on 98.3 with video coverage presented and by Bear Lake Community Health Center on mylocalradio.com.
They say the 3 most important things in life for many people are their faith, their family, and their high school sports. And not necessarily in that order. Advertise where you'll get noticed. Call My Local Radio and become a sports advertiser today.
Nothing makes your kid feel like a superstar more than seeing his or her very own Fathead in the stands. Fathead car decals and yard signs are inexpensive and easy to get at Rocky Mountain Sign in Evanston. Whether it's for the big game or to cheer on the high school band, our children make us proud in so many ways. Show your pride today. Go Rebels! West Star Printing and Rocky Mountain Sign, 243 7th Street, Evanston.
Wyoming is unique. When it comes to high school sports, we might travel 6 hours to a game, but when we get there, we know the other team, their parents, and the coaches. Wyoming is like one small town with really long streets. When your travels take you to Evanston, always stay with your friends at the Best Western Dunmar Inn. Clean, comfortable rooms, a restaurant serving healthy, delicious food, and breakfast is always included. If you're bringing the team or following the team, stay with us every time you're in Evanston. The Best Western Dunmar Inn.
We welcome you back now to the 4th quarter. This 4th quarter brought to you by Bear Lake Realty. Amber and Gary McKee, the most experienced and highest volume realtor in Bear Lake. Visit bearlakerealty.com. We're going to have a false start call on Max Perry, and that's going to move them back 3rd down and 10, basically. They need to get to the opposing 40. Here comes Carrillo, and he's going to get wrapped up. Absolutely nowhere to go. And he's going to lose 5 yards after running to his right. And the Rich Rebels are faced with a 4th down and 15.
Ball on the 45-yard
they're on their own 45, and they needed to get to the opposing 40, and now we're in a real predicament as that was not – that penalty of a false start really killed the Rebels on that one. And they're going to keep the offense out onto the field. And we'll see if this pays off as Pace under center with two running backs with wide receivers to either side. Here they go. That's a throw down the field. Nobody close and nobody home. And we have bodies flying all over the place. People very upset as receivers seem to get tackled around the 30-yard line. That ball falls incomplete. And that'll be a turnover on downs. And the ball will go to the Braves at the Rich Rebel 45-yard line. And understandably, many people upset as there was – I didn't catch it quite, but the fans are saying that Stonehouse definitely got interfered with. Well, here's the – they're going to have some flags out onto the play, and they're going to go ahead and get a personal foul as the sideline for the Rich Rebels. A sideline warning will be issued, telling everybody to calm down a little bit. Here we go. The Braves will take over at the 45-yard line, first down and 10 on the left hash. Here's Smith under center. He'll go ahead and roll out to his right. Lots of people there. The ball is going to be up in the air for grabs. It's going to be incomplete at the 20-yard line. Trey Walker able to turn on the jets and get back to where the ball was. That ball hung up in the air like a punt, and it will fall into the hands of the North Summit receiver, Tyler Herzl. And then Trey Walker comes in and knocks the ball away. And that stops the clock with about 11 minutes left in the fourth quarter. Your Rich Rebels need to make a stop here and get the ball back. And the first step is completed as Trey Walker made up ground. Caused an incompletion at the 20-yard line down the field. Here's Smith under center at the 45, second down and 10. Smith is going to hand off up the middle to Mosier. Mosier will get about a yard and a half, falling forward. Third down and 8 coming up. Now, the Rich Rebels have been in this position before. They've allowed the Braves to convert on third and long. If there is a possibility of getting some points back and answering, this is a great opportunity for the defense to step up and stop the Braves. And if I were the North Summit Braves, this ball's going to your superstar, Mosier. Oh, he's going to get wrapped up after the snap. He'll roll out to his right. Smith will get wrapped up for about 4-yard loss. Carrillo found himself in the pitching lane and decided to tackle the quarterback, and he had nowhere to go with the ball because Carrillo was in the pitching lane, and here comes a punt. And a great stop by the Rich Rebel defense. Hobson's going to be back to punt for the Braves. His cleats firmly planted at about the 40-yard line of his own 40. Ball will go back, skip off the ground. Ooh. Barely gets it off, and he does a pretty good impression of falling down. Oh, Max touches the ball, and the ball is free and picked up at the 15-yard line, and North Summit will score. Max Perry attempted to field the punt, and it's going to squirt out of his hands at the 15-yard line, and the Braves pick it up and run it in for a score. Kind of a heartbreaker there, as now the score is 28-14. Here we go. The referees are huddling up to see. Interesting, as the referees are huddling up. Here we go. We're waiting for a call from our head referee. And they're saying that they cannot advance the fumble here. And I know that Coach Grohl is out there saying that the North Summit player touched it with his foot before Max Perry was able to pick it up. So we're still at 22-14. And I'm quite confused, and we might need I would love an explanation as to what is going on here out onto the field. If you're just joining us, this punt, the flag will be waved. I didn't see a flag out onto the field. And they're going to get the second sideline wording on the Rebels and advance the ball forward. Understandably, the Rich sideline upset, saying that the North Summit Braves interfered with the ball before Max Perry attempted to pick it up. And the emotions running incredibly high here in Randolph, as you would love to see. You would love to see the Rich Rebels be able to come back and tie this game.
5-yard penalty on the sideline warning.
Here we go. The ball will be advanced about 5 yards.
First down, 5 to go.
First down and 5 from the 10-yard line. Smith under center. He's going to hold and give it to Hobson. Hobson will hit the hole out to the right, and he'll get first down yardage down to the 3-yard line. We're still at 14-22, but with the aid of a botched punt, the Braves have been able to advance the ball quite a bit, and now they're located at the 3-yard line, first down and 10. First down and goal from the 3-yard line. Smith running out quickly with his offense. 2 running backs behind him, large splits from the offensive line. Smith gets the snap, rolls out to his right, hands off to Hobson. Hobson will fall forward and be downed at the inch mark. Second down and goal on the inch marker, basically.
Inches from the goal line.
As we have 8 minutes and 45 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Here we go. Second down coming up as the Braves huddle up and quickly get to the line. Stacking the line, here's Smith. Smith will just take a quarterback keeper, get pushed back, but then pushed forward. And that will be a touchdown for the Braves.
He will get the touchdown.
28-14 now, the Braves. Touchdown, a 1-yard touchdown run by Smith, the quarterback, will help him and his team go up 2 scores now with 8 minutes left in the fourth quarter. Here comes Chavez with the point after attempt. Snap is down, kick is up, and good. 29-14. Your Rich Rebels need to come back here in the fourth quarter. We'll take a step aside here on 98.3. This has been a Bear Lake Community Health Center presentation on mylocalradio.com as well as on KADQ.
In the state where life is elevated, live your life in a higher gear. Cash Honda Yamaha can help you enjoy our beautiful local terrain, whether it's in the valleys, mountains, snow, or water. So get out and enjoy all nature has to offer at a higher speed. Visit Cash Honda Yamaha in Cache Valley to start living your life at your new speed. Visit us in Hyde Park, just north of Logan, Utah.
Welcome back, Rich Rebel fans, here to the fourth quarter, brought to you by Bear Lake Realty. Your Rich Rebels down 29-14, and they're going to be getting the kickoff here after a 1-yard touchdown run by Smith. Kick is up, and it's going to be near the sideline, fielded by Trey Walker. He bobbles it, and at the 10, he'll cut up, and Trey had a lane, and he'll be tackled up at the 25-yard line. Here they go. The Rich Rebels will have the ball with about 8 minutes left. needing 2 scores. It is a 2-score game for the Rich Rebels. You know, it's a good thing the pass has worked out well for the Rebels today, and they're going to need it to work out well as they need to make up some ground and some points here in the fourth quarter. Here we go. Pace under center in the I with 2 wide receivers out to the right. They're going to hand it off to Carrillo. Carrillo will find a hole and fall forward after going to the left. 8-yard gain. The 8-minute mark has ticked off officially. We're now into 7 minutes and 50-second territory. 2nd down and 2 coming up from the 33-yard line. Here we go. In the same formation, 2 running backs behind Pace with 2 wide receivers out to the right. The bobbled handoff there by Carrillo will get to the line of scrimmage. Here we go, 3rd down and 2 coming up. Here we go, 3rd down and 2. Your Rebels running to the line of scrimmage. They're going to flop the formation now. They're located at the 33-yard line. I formation, 2 running backs to behind and 2 wide receivers out to the left. Pace will get it and then get wrapped up and get a pitch out to Trey Walker. Trey needs to get back on the ball. The ball will be free and scooped up by the Braves and returned down to the 15-yard line. Here we go as the Braves make a defensive play and pick up the fumbled pitch from Pace to Walker. And then the Braves get set up in good territory. They're going to be down at the 12-yard line. 1st down and 10 for the Braves. 7 minutes left remaining in the fourth quarter. It's going to be a timeout called by the Rich Rebels. Good time to take a breather, cool off a little bit. Let's go ahead and take a break here on 98.3. This has been a Bear Lake Community Health Center presentation of Rich Rebel football on mylocalradio.com.
Is it time to stop wishing for your dream home in beautiful Bear Lake? If you're ready to make your dream a reality, Bear Lake Realty can help with residential and land listings, including vacation properties, timeshares, cabins, condos, beachfront, lake view, and more. Bear Lake Realty has what you're looking for. And with more than 30 years of real estate experience in the area, you know you're working with the best. Visit BearLakeRealty.com and come and enjoy the Caribbean of the Rockies with us.
We welcome you back into the studio. Cody Olson joining you here as the voice of the Rich High Rebels, the North Summit Braves, after picking up a fumbled pitch out from Pace to Walker. The ball, like oiled pigskin, kind of falls on the turf, and eventually the Braves scoop it up and return it back down to the 12-yard line of Rich. Here they are, Smith under center, 2 running backs behind him. He'll roll out to his left. Pitch out to Hobson. Hobson will get the corner and has a free lane to the end zone. And that's going to be a holding call out here. I believe Noah Perry is going to be the victim of that holding by Tyler Herzl of North Summit. We'll wait for an official call. Flags come out onto the field. Holding will be called on North Summit as we expected. There's 6 minutes and 44 seconds left in the fourth quarter. They'll march them back from the spot of the foul. And
Ball will be placed on the 10-yard line.
Even though the holding seemed to happen right at the goal line, that ball will be placed down at the 10-yard line, which is actually 2 yards closer to the line of scrimmage, closer to the goal line. So it's 1st down and 8. You don't see that very often. Here we go. North Summit will come out onto the field out of their offensive break. They have 2 wide receivers out to the left. 2 running backs split out behind Smith. Smith gets the snap, rolls out to his right. He's going to look to pass. Rolling to the right. He'll throw to the end zone. That ball will be caught for a touchdown, as there is a flag thrown late by our official. That's going to be a personal foul, roughing the passer, called on the Rich Rebels. It will be enforced on the kickoff.
That penalty will be enforced on the kickoff.
And that is a 10-yard touchdown throw from Smith to his receiver in the right corner end zone. Lofted up into the air. It will go, and 35-10. Your score currently at the moment pending the PAT from Chavez. Here we go, Chavez. Snap is down and did not get enough leg underneath that. That is going to be no good. 35-14, your reading. We'll go ahead, take a quick breather on a Bear Lake Community Health Center presentation of Rich Rebel football on 98.3 as well as on mylocalradio.com.
In the state where life is elevated, live your life in a higher gear. Cash Honda Yamaha can help you enjoy our beautiful local terrain, whether it's in the valleys, mountains, snow, or water. So get out and enjoy all nature has to offer at a higher speed. Visit Cash Honda Yamaha in Cache Valley to start living your life at your new speed. Visit us in Hyde Park, just north of Logan, Utah.
Welcome you back to the studio. Your Rich Rebels down currently a couple scores now, as the Braves will kick off from the Rebel 45 because of the roughing the passer called on that touchdown pass from Smith to Herzl. There's Chavez lining up. The hand is up, down, and the kick is away. It's going to go way back into the end zone. For a touchback, and the Rebels will get the ball. As when it rains, it pours, and the Rich Rebels, although they were tied 14-14 at halftime, just on the wrong end, the Braves give them credit. They are able to produce on offense, get some scores on the offensive side of the ball, and get some stops on defense, and that's what you need in order to win the game. Here they go, as the Rich Rebels are going to be located at the 20-yard line due to the touchback. Pace in the eye. He's going to hand off to Carrillo. To the right, Carrillo will find a little hole and fall forward behind his offensive lineman for a 2-yard gain. 6.5 minutes now left in the fourth quarter. Good run by Carrillo, doing the best that he can. Best as he can. Given the small space that he had on that run. Here we go, Pace under center again. He's got 2 wide receivers out to the left, 1 to the right. He's got Trey Walker on an island, and he's going to look and find Trey's going to sidestep and throw way down the field. It's going to be intercepted at the 49-yard line, and then Trey Walker will tackle the interceptee. That's Herzl of the Braves. The Braves will take over in Rich Rebel territory at the 47-yard line. And we have our coaching staff out there doing the best that they can, letting their opinion be heard, as they feel as though that they've been on the wrong end of a couple calls today. Here they go. The Braves will take over on offense at the 47-yard line. Here's Smith. 3 running backs behind him at this moment. They'll go ahead and hand off and run into his own man. That's Hobson. Hobson will be spun around and then eventually brought down after a 6-yard gain.
He's going to pick up 5 yards on the gain. Perry on the tackle. It'll be 2nd down and 5. Ball on the 42-yard line.
Here we go. We're in the fourth quarter with about 5.5 minutes left here. After the interception by the Braves, that's Herzl with the interception covering Trey Walker. Smith will be under center, 3 running backs behind him this time. They're going to go ahead, handoff up the middle. This is Moser. Up and tackled after first down yardage.
Pick up first down yardage. Ball will be on the 35-yard line.
Here we go. As we're now at the point where these teams are jawing a little bit at each other, and the Braves want calls and the Rebels want calls, and I'm sure it makes it for just very hard for everybody involved. As they pick up first down yardage, they're down at the 35-yard line on the left hash. There you go. Braves out to the line of scrimmage. They're staying with this 3 running back set right now. And we're going to get a flag out onto the play for near the line judge on the home side of the field, we'll call it. Might be the sideline again. Unsportsmanlike conduct will be called on the bench of the Rebels, and they're going to move the ball forward.
The penalty is unsportsmanlike conduct, which will be a 15-yard penalty.
Ball will be moved 15 yards down the field, down to the 20-yard line.
Braves will be first and 10.
First down from the 20-yard line for the Braves. And now the Braves are getting called over to their own bench. And that's going to be a complete swapping of the offense. Here comes the second unit for the Braves. Smith will be under center with 2 running backs behind him, 2 wide receivers out to the right. And we're going to get a delay of game call. Some unnecessary penalties that are prolonging this game. And now they'll move the Braves back to the 25-yard line located on the left hash. 4 minutes now left before the end of the game in the fourth quarter. Smith still in the game under center. He's going to hand off there to his running back. And he'll get about maybe 2 yards on the carry. That's Riley Brundy. Brundy, the 5'10 junior, will be getting some time at running back. Second down and 13 coming up for the Braves. Smith under center. Gets the snap, hands off to his left. And the running back will be tripped over and table-topped by a couple rich players after a yard gain. We have some new players in here. That's number 35, Sidney Richens for North Summit. Third down and 12 coming up for the Braves. As under 3 minutes we will go here in the fourth quarter. Smith under center. 2 running backs behind him. He's going to roll out to his left and follow his blockers and then gets smashed around the 20-yard line, pushed out of bounds. That's a 3-yard gain, but fourth down coming up as Buckwheat tackles him out of bounds. We're getting close to the 2-minute mark. Located at the 19-yard line on the left hash. Smith, again, under center with 2 running backs behind him. Wide receivers on either side of the formation. They're going to hand off up the middle. He's going to go rumble-bumble up to the 12-yard line, and it'll be a turnover on downs. The Rebels will pick up at the 12-yard line.
The ball will be turned over on downs where
a minute 48 as the Rich Rebels get one more crack at maybe getting some points before the end of the game. Defense makes a stop here as here they come, the Rich Rebel offense. Pace will be under center with 2 wide receivers to either side of the formation. They're going to go ahead. He'll drop back and roll out to his right, looking to his left, make a man miss, go up the middle, scramble down to the 16, 17-yard line for about a 5-yard pickup. Minute 30.
Second down and 5, ball on the
Minute 30 remaining left in this game.
15-yard line.
Second down and 4 coming up for the Rebels at the 18-yard line, going from left to right on your radio dial. Same formation with 2 wide receivers to either side of Pace. Pace will step back and throw. It'll be over the head and intercepted at the 30-yard line. That was a wonderful catch by the cornerback of North Summit. The ball kind of sailed just a little bit, and that is number 23 of North Summit, Carter McCowan. Carter is a sophomore, and he's out there playing corner, and he picks off the ball, and that was just great hands. He's able to go up there with one hand, kind of bobble it, bring it back down, and that will be an interception attributed and given stats there to North Summit. Here we go, and victory formation for the Braves as they'll go ahead and take a knee and end this game here. They'll go ahead and end this. This is going to be your final score, 35-14 after being tied 14-14 at halftime. The Braves do what they need to do in order to break open the game, and they're able to get some help by some big plays. Offense was stellar for the Braves in the second half, and defense made the needed stops that they need to in order to make that work out in their favor. Again, your final score will be 35-14. The final couple seconds will tick away. Let's go ahead, and that will be the end. The teams will go out and shake hands. And stay tuned for our post-game show here on 98.3 KADQ, as well as on mylocalradio.com. This has been a Bear Lake Community Health Center presentation of Rich Rebel football on 98.3, as well as on mylocalradio.com.
Whether you're kicking up dust in the hills, making waves down on the lake, or taking advantage of the world's greatest powder, don't just hope to have fun. Take that sled by the handlebars and make your time at Bear Lake epic. Epic Recreation rents equipment and cabins for your vacation fun at beautiful Bear Lake. From watercraft large and small to UTVs, sleds, and more, Epic Recreation has it all to go on-road, off-road, or out on the Caribbean blue water. Book your adventure at epicrecreation.net.
Evanston Regional Hospital is an affiliate of the University of Utah Health. Our partnership builds on a long tradition of collaboration between Evanston Regional Hospital and University of Utah Health. Inside these doors, our dedicated staff is committed to being your caring partner in your healthcare journey. Whether you need an MRI or surgery, are expecting a new baby, or you're having a heart attack, Evanston Regional Hospital is here to help. Evanston Regional Hospital. Healing begins here.
Welcome back, Rich Rebel fans, to the post-game show brought to you by Epic Recreation. Make your next vacation an epic one with rentals at Bear Lake from Epic Recreation. Visit epicrecreation.net today. Here we go as we're getting into the Stacy's Repair post-game diagnostics. Special shout out to Rob Leifson for keeping stats today, helping us out and making sense of the game. We'll give you some diagnostics and some stats here in just a moment. If you're just joining us, the final score for the game will be 35-14. The Braves able to break it out and get what they need to done to come out with a win here in the second half. They were mostly helped out by the legs of Mosier. Mosier averaged quite a few yards on every carry and went way above 100 yards. He went to 116 on 10 carries. And then Hobson will get 90 yards on 18 carries. Mosier averaged 11.6 yards a carry. And then Smith able to be in charge of 2 touchdown passes. No, just 2 rushing touchdowns as well as throwing a touchdown of his own. Hunter Pace went 4 of 10 for 31 yards and a touchdown. And then the rushing attack of Rich, 15 attempts on 38 yards. That's helped out by Carrillo, Perry, Pace, and Conk. Receiving, Trey Walker had 2 receptions for 15 yards and a touchdown reception. Here we go, as the post-game diagnostics brought to you by Stacy's Repair. Stacy's Repair in Woodruff. When you need a repair, take it to the ones who truly care. Stacy's Repair in Woodruff. You're listening to an Epic Recreation post-game show. Up next, we'll talk about our precision play of the game, some more stats, and a little bit more here on 98.3 The Wildlife.
You rely on your vehicle every day. Make sure your ride gets the best service, repairs, and maintenance possible. Stacy's Repair in Woodruff provides the highest quality, the latest technology, and the newest equipment to give your vehicle the absolute best auto care available. Family owned and operated since 1992, your friends at Stacy's Repair promise to always deliver value and outstanding, honest, and knowledgeable service, regardless of repair size or difficulty. Stacy's Repair, the ones who truly care.
Wyoming is unique. When it comes to high school sports, we might travel 6 hours to a game, but when we get there, we know the other team, their parents, and the coaches. Wyoming is like one small town with really long streets. When your travels take you to Evanston, always stay with your friends at the Best Western Dunmar Inn. Clean, comfortable rooms, a restaurant serving healthy, delicious food, and breakfast is always included. If you're bringing the team or following the team, stay with us every time you're in Evanston. The Best Western Dunmar Inn.
We welcome you back to the post-game show brought to you by Epic Recreation. To sum up the second half, North Summit went on a 15-play, 90-yard drive, capped off by a 5-yard run by Mosier. 2-point conversion is good, and from then on, the Rich Rebels just couldn't get back on their feet and get any offensive production really going. They had a little bit going at the very beginning, but then later on, it started to kind of sputter out, and North Summit took care of business. Rich threw a couple interceptions, and North Summit ran it in every time that they had the ball. At the end, Mosier's going to get 10 carries for 116 yards, and he will be the player of the game, really, for North Summit, I imagine. As for the precision play of the game for the Rich High Rebels, that will go to Trey Walker and Hunter Pace after getting the fumble recovery there in the second quarter. The Rich Rebels drive down to the 9-yard line of the North Summit Braves, and Hunter Pace will throw a bubble screen out to Trey Walker. Trey will catch it there at the 9-yard line and go up and make a single cut, and he goes for a 9-yard touchdown reception. That will be the Dr. McKay Frankham precision play of the game. That is Dr. McKay Frankham providing precision family dentistry at affordable prices. Call today for an appointment at 307-789-8910. Our final score today, 35-14. That is the score on the Station on Main scoreboard. You're listening to a Bear Lake Community Health Center presentation of Rich High Rebel football on 98.3, as well as coverage on mylocalradio.com. Peterson.
America keeps moving, and Auto Farm Chevrolet is here to help you keep rolling. Whether you need a brand new vehicle or service on one you already own, Auto Farm Chevrolet is here to lend a helping hand. Our certified mechanics are knowledgeable, and our sales team takes the time to get to know you and what your needs are. Stop in today, Auto Farm Chevrolet, 624 Front Street, Evanston. Evanston's community-driven dealer.
Welcome back, Rich Rebel fans, to the Epic Recreation post-game show. This is time to reveal our player of the game. Our player of the game is going to come back to every single one of the Rich Rebels that came back from injury today after the bye week and went out and put together a heck of a game for their team. I'm talking about Carrillo. I'm talking about Max Perry. I'm talking about Buckwheat. I'm talking about everyone involved that came back after coming off of injury, and they played with some heart. and they really went out there and did the best that they could. It's incredibly saddening for the game to end the way that it did, but do not fret whatsoever, Rich Rebel fans or players. We have Monticello next week on Thursday as part of our roundup calendar that we'll touch up on in just a second, and then we have volleyball as well, and then the state playoffs coming up for football. Don't be afraid to tune in and help us out cheering on the Rich Rebels as they will take on whoever they have been chosen up in the bracket. This has been the player of the game, and now we'll take our final ad break before the end of our broadcast. This has been a Bear Lake Community Health Center presentation of Rich Rebel football on 98.3 with coverage online at mylocalradio.com.
In the stands. Fathead car decals and yard signs are inexpensive and easy to get at Rocky Mountain Sign in Evanston. Whether it's for the big game or to cheer on the high school band, our children make us proud in so many ways. Show your pride today. Go Rebels! West Star Printing and Rocky Mountain Sign, 243 7th Street, Evanston.
Welcome back, Rich Rebel fans. We're going to go ahead and dip into our Jimmy John's Freaky Fast recap. That's Jimmy John's in Evanston and Rock Springs, where gourmet sandwiches meet fresh and fast every day. 113 Front Street, Evanston. Freaky Fast, Freaky Fresh. 35-14, the North Summit Braves will come in after an accelerated and stellar performance by them in the second half. They're going to go ahead and go up 3 scores on the Rebels, scoring 3 touchdowns in the second half after the game was tied 14-14 in that first half. That's going to be a 6-yard run by Max Perry, as well as a 9-yard touchdown reception by Trey Walker from Hunter Pace. That's going to let them be tied with the Braves 14-14. And then in the second half, the cards didn't fall the way that we wanted them to, as the Rich Rebels not able to get the offensive production that they want, and the Braves just had stellar defense, and then they scored on offense. That's going to be multiple runs by Mosier, and then a touchdown run by Smith, and a touchdown pass by Smith, leading to the 35-14 win by North Summit High School. That's going to be our Jimmy John's Freaky Fast recap, made possible by Jimmy John's in Evanston and Rock Springs. Freaky Fresh, Freaky Fast, every day. Let's go ahead and dip into our Rebel calendar update, brought to you by Bear Lake Convention and Visitors Bureau.